Okay.
Another feather in your hat.
No. Christopher. $6.50.
G.
No G. Thomas. Uh-oh, the bankrupt got you. Laura, you have another shot at it. You can spin the wheel or try to solve the puzzle.
I'll solve.
Okay.
Another feather in your lap.
No. Although the feather is moving around. Christopher. 900.
D.
No. Thomas. Well, Thomas, I think the wheel got... Laura, you have another opportunity here. You can spin the wheel. You can try to solve the puzzle. What do you want to do? Go ahead and spin if you don't know.
I'm going to go ahead and spin.
Don't get buzzed out here on time. Well, what letter would you like?
A P?
Yes, there's a P. Spin or solve.
I will solve.
Okay.
Another feather in your map.
Christopher, it's your turn. Oh, my goodness. The bankrupt got you. Thomas, you have no money. I don't know what you're going to spend. You can try to
I'll
solve.
spin.
Okay. So what letter would you like?
A C.
Is there a C up there anywhere? There you go. You want to solve this?
Yeah, I'll solve. Another feather in your cap.
Yeah, there you go.
James. Nothing says no balls like your wife putting you on a diet.
And Austin.
Everybody's a freaking idiot to some extent. Some people are dumber than others.
They thought they were watching Wheel of Fortune. It worked. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Good job.
It's a trick.
Dark Side of the Mic, episode 166. My name is James,
It's Austin.
And producer Drew.
and today we have Kirida Girl. Did I say that right?
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means your favorite.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it has a lot of meanings, but I put it together as your favorite lover girl.
Now they're gonna be like,
Lover girl.
"How are you Mexican and you don't know what that means?" You get all the
It's a
hate,
test.
especially
It's
from
always a
Steven.
test.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. It feels like we haven't been here in forever. We recorded last Tuesday.
It's been a week and a day.
Yeah, it's been a week and a day. Too long.
For me, it's been 2 weeks. So I feel like I ain't seen y'all in
Yeah, you're
forever.
right.
Yeah. Well, you're a part timer, so
I feel like it. I feel like it, man. We're just so busy with work, bro.
you're like that guy at work that works weekends only.
I wish. That's the bad thing. I'm off weekends. I just work all damn week.
Fucking jealous of
part-time,
you.
I'm supposed to be off weekend.
Well, what? You're on call for what? 3 more weeks?
Nah, I fucking backed out.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that's what I say. They got,
Oh yeah.
I fucking dude. They piss me off. So it's not worth it to me for me to be backup because you don't get the calls.
Oh.
So I'd rather have the phone. So if they don't switch me, I give my on call up. And the dude was being a pussy and dragging his feet. I gotta ask. Fucking ask, man.
Well, because you wanted the phone, right?
So I'm his backup coming up this weekend.
Yeah.
I wanted the phone. So I told him, so let's switch. And then I had somebody that was going to take his backup. So he never wanted to do it. So I said, all right, cool. You get a new guy. I had a new guy take his on call, my on call. So.
Hey, he's a new guy. You gotta, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks doing on call when you got to train somebody at the same time. So it's kind of like double. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I got you, bitch. You know what I mean?
You gotta wake his ass up.
Yeah.
Did you get calls like at all hours of the night?
2 o'clock last night. And so like waking up out of a dead sleep is like basically being drunk. So I get up, I woke up, I was like, citycall.com, hello. And then Chris was like, what are you doing? She thought I was fucking dreaming, right? And I was like, no. And I was like, man, hold on, I'm waking up, dude. So I'm like, oh, get up, wake up. And
Hey,
he's
over there,
like,
slap yourself.
I got a delivery, and I was like, I'm at home, motherfucker. I don't know what you trying to deliver, man. But it wasn't even for our department. But like I was telling her, our list, it goes our on call, then the other on calls for the department. So they call us first.
You answer the phone. Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
Right.
I was scared of that.
Yeah, thank you everybody for joining us on this Ash Wednesday.
Yeah.
If you're new here, go ahead and hit that
for dinner.
Hit that follow button. Yeah, I had some like beef, some brisket scraps, and I didn't feel guilty one bit. But
Yeah.
everyone that walked in there, I was like, heathens, heathens, you evil motherfuckers.
You're like, hell, Satan.
Are you religious or anything at all?
I'm Catholic, but I don't really follow my religion like I'm supposed to, so it's whatever.
Were you like brought up like in the Catholic church and all that?
So yeah, my mom, it's kind of weird because she was a single mom. She was young. She was like 16 when she had my sister. So she made us go to Sunday school, and we're like, what the fuck? Especially because I was so damn bad at school. Nobody thought I knew who Jesus was. And yeah, we went. I got baptized. I got my confirmation, but there's a story behind that shit. Dude.
We're here for it.
Oh, we got time.
My mom will be like, what's the worst thing your kids ever put you through? And they're like,
shit.
I'm like, we got stories. We got clowns in our family. Well, I was in like a week retreat with my confirmation class, and they were like, I called somebody a faggot. He called me a hoe. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to have a sweet 16. Like, get up out of here. So we had to do like little.
You're at where?
A retreat. It's called a retreat for the weekend.
Oh, but you're over there calling people.
Yeah,
names and
exactly.
shit.
It's church,
well, he
bro.
called me
You're
a hoe
forgiven.
first. Yeah.
All you gotta do is ask for forgiveness.
Yeah, I was like, Lord, forgive me, you fucking faggot.
Ah, damn.
So when we came back, it was still bugging me. I'm that type of person that if you say something, I kind of hoard her and like, fuck you, I don't like you. What do you, just don't.
Just hold that shit in.
You hold grudges, huh?
Yeah, I do.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
So we had to do like a job before we can get our confirmation, and I chose to work in the office. Well, first it was a nursery, but didn't nobody have any kids. So they put me in the office, and we're passing out letters, like flyers through the mail. And I have my homeboy here, my cousin here, and then some little girl that I didn't know. And I was like, oh, hell no, because I got the name of the person that called me a hoe. And I was like, oh, I got this. So I started getting the markers out, drawing a fucking rainbow, wrote, sorry to say your son is gay. And I fucking put that shit in the envelope and sent it through the church mail. So then a day, I'm like, oh, they're not going to hate on me. And then so my mom gets a call, and I'm like, fuck, I see the caller ID, and it says San Jose, and I'm like, fuck, what did I do? And I'm like, damn it, that fucking girl told on me, because the other two were my partners, so I was like, nah. And my mom's like, get the fuck over here. I'm like, yeah. She's like, did you put sorry to say your son was gay? I was like, yeah, he called me a hoe at the retreat. And she's like, that doesn't mean anything. So we had to have a whole meeting with the deacon, his parents, my stepdad. We were just getting to know each other, and he shows up smelling like a pound. Like, he's all fucked up.
Oh, shit.
We're sitting at the table, and the deacon.
He must be related to James.
God damn.
So we're sitting there.
He don't give a fuck.
Try snitching like a mother.
Talks about shit that we don't talk shit on the Facebook. On the
I have to
podcast.
talk shit.
Hey, that's why we got him here, man.
So we're sitting there, and, I'm looking at him, and he's just like, he is very flamboyant. So they're talking about, oh, she can't do that. They could press charges on us and yada, yada. And then my stepdad's like, wait a minute. I just have one question. And he's Lebanese, so he got an accent. And he's like, nobody knew this little mother. And he stops himself because he's going to say little motherfucker is gay. Like, she caught it out. Are you mad because she caught it out? And my mom's like, that's besides the point. She's not supposed to be sending that through the fucking mail. And so he really didn't get it. I'm like, whatever. So I got banned from, I got my confirmation. They gave it to me. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, you can no longer come here.
Right here, take it, but you gotta get the fuck out.
So I'm banned from San Jose Church and
Forever.
But me and God got a good relationship. I go to a different house now. So
That's cool.
You have been forgiven, my
Yeah.
child. Where'd you grow up at?
The east side of Austin, Chalmers Court's the Bricks. I don't know if y'all know where that's at. East Austin 02. So it's
Yeah, I do.
you do?
Yeah, it doesn't work over there.
Really? So it's not there anymore. They brought right,
Some work.
Flipping. Dude, when me and my sister were little, this is how fucking ghetto it was. We had a bullet hole in our bedroom window. And we just were like, oh, what is that? And my mom's like, don't worry about it.
Put your plugs in it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't let him look through.
But yeah, it's a nice little spot. I had a really good childhood.
You know, so Selena was on the roof looking at the moon. You were in your room looking at the bullet hole.
Trying to pin the moon through the hole and shit.
That's nuts.
You can hear a whistle at night. So,
So you stay in Lockhart?
Yes, Maxwell, but yeah, Lockhart.
Okay.
Yeah.
What brought you down here?
So my sister bought a house. I was in the east side of Austin. I thought I was never gonna leave, but you know, a lot of white folks took over the east. No offense.
Fuck them white
They
folks.
took
Gentrification
over,
happened.
so it's not really like it used
Not
to.
gentrification.
Yeah,
Gentra.
right.
Where's that? I've never been. Forgive me. Chicano Park.
Yeah,
I know that whole
around there. That's right there.
that whole thing with
Oh,
the
yeah,
By
whole.
Town Lake.
Because I know you've been over there, bro. You're
Yeah.
We used to live there for a little bit.
Big time.
Used to stay over there all the time.
Look at him. I see him rising as we talk about it.
Nah, it's my glory days.
Yeah, because they built that like fancy apartments across the street, right? That's where that whole thing was going on with that.
Yeah.
They're trying to just make everything. They just think that you can put something fancy there. It's just gonna be fancy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
everybody gonna still be drinking on Sunday morning.
Yeah.
It's like
They're gonna be
this.
all fucked up, shooting guns and shit.
It's like this thing was happening before you got there, like, and now it's kind of like you get with the guy who just does coke every night, and then you're like, oh, he needs to stop doing that. Like, you know what you got yourself into,
Yeah.
you know
Oh,
what I
yeah,
mean?
sure.
Because they were bitching about like all the noise on Sundays.
Yeah.
When everyone
Yeah.
gets together at Chicano Park. Yeah.
It's
And
like, ain't
some
y'all
of the
supposed to be
people
at
like,
church anyways?
They're like, we enjoy this, and there's some people that just like calling the cops and constantly complaining and shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Fucking haters. They always been like that. They try to do that shit to us here in Lockhart.
Yeah.
That's one of the
Hey,
guys
but
from the church.
Lockhart, they got a backbone. They don't let that shit ride.
Shit.
There was this white lady, she went off in the group chat talking about these, y'all think y'all some farmers? I'm like, oh, you only got to be a farmer to live here in Lockhart?
Oh shit!
What are the gangsters and thugs doing down
Are you
here?
in that discussion group?
No, I got out of it because like it's bullshit.
It's toxic as
yeah,
fuck.
I'm like,
and
damn.
it's pretty biased. Like the
Yeah.
motherfuckers that run it are like, I feel like pretty like right wing, like
Dude, when I
conservative.
got
Hey,
here,
says the guy that's never been banned.
Hey, I'm banned. Hey,
I'm
listen,
sorry, I know how to act.
Listen, I had some
I'm not banned either.
I'm only banned on one of my profiles now from it.
But I added you. Yeah, I added you.
You added me?
Yeah.
Okay, I knew somebody did, and I was like, fuck yeah. I'm
That fucking profile picture looks just like you too.
that old ass man.
Yeah. It's gonna be you when you get
Did you
older.
see my wallpaper?
No.
Oh yeah, it's the guy laying down.
Skyler, my
Right?
homeboy Skyler, he was passed out drunk, and all the kids put peanuts all over him.
oh, yeah.
And so it just looks like a black wallpaper with white dots on it.
Damn.
But he's like no shirt on. He's all passed out. That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Shout out to my boy Skyler.
So you grew up in Austin.
Yes.
How was that for you?
It was good. It made me who I am. Like here in Lockhart, I gotta and I'm not ashamed. I'm ratchet, ghetto. I'll tell you like it is, and I don't give a fuck. But here in Lockhart, I'm like, ooh, I can't get away with that shit. Like them hoes at HEB. I'm the first one to tell these hoes like, ma'am, you need to get. Dude, I was at the nail shop with my little girl.
Here in town?
Yeah, here in town at Mimi's. I love Mimi's. So we're there, and my daughter's, she's 8. Well, at the time she was like 6, and she's just like, Mom, asking questions, whatever. Mimi's doing my hair. And then this white hoe walks in. She's old as fuck. Her lipstick's just smeared everywhere. She sits to get her toenails done, and I look at her, and then she sees my daughter and makes like a face. I'm like, oh, okay. So Mimi's doing my hair, and then my daughter's asking another question, and this lady's like, And we turn and look, and she's like, I came here to get my feet done. I worked all day. I said, well, what do you do? Suck dick? Because your makeup says you do. And she was like, excuse me? I'm like, this little girl ain't doing nothing. So Mimi's like, oh, you're giving me a massage. She's like, oh, you can't say that. And I'm like,
She's
fuck
like,
her.
chill out.
She's like,
Just screaming out.
You will tense.
And that lady Mimi, she's rough.
She is.
Damn.
I get my
Oh, you know Mimi?
She be fucking
Where's that at?
It's the one over there by the
like
cricket.
Garcia's.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we try to go there.
By the
we went to
Twin
the other
Liquors or
one
whatever?
on Sunday.
Is that where you go?
Yeah, that bitch was fucking hurting the fuck out of me.
I know. Hey, she'll make sure you don't have no
Hey,
ingrowns, man. She'll be cutting shit
you
out
know how
of
you
you.
like just keep hitting on one spot and it eventually starts hurting?
Yeah.
She was getting my cuticles and I was like, babe, tell her to stop. hey! And she was like, oh, what? I said, that shit hurts. And Chris was like, babe, don't yell at her. I was like, I said it hurt like 5 times.
Yeah, she felt you move your toe back.
I'm fucking pop her on the top of her head.
Yeah,
I
she
guess
don't.
I'm the only
gets
guy
on
in the
his
room
own.
that doesn't get his feet done.
Dog, you missing out, bro. That shit's fire.
I feel like I am,
I
but
have to,
I mean,
man.
like with certain things, like as I grow older, I feel like I'm kind of moving towards just like when I was younger, I wear like not like real baggy clothing,
Yeah.
but as I get older, like my clothing fits tight. Like my buddies, I'll be like, They're like, dude, take those skinny jeans off. And I'm like, dude, they just fit. Like,
Yeah, they
chill the fuck
fit
out,
jeans.
dude. Certain things, man.
All you gotta do is just force yourself to go through having ugly feet one time, and then after that, you don't have to show your ugly feet no more.
Crocs
You know what I
are
mean?
another.
Like you'll be self-conscious.
Yeah, I remember y'all talking about me wearing socks, y'all motherfuckers. When you go
to
swimming.
protect your feet.
Oh, dude.
To protect your
Socks
feet,
while
Andrew.
swimming?
Yeah.
No.
Well, these motherfuckers be with shoes on, and then I feel like when you jump in with shoes, like it's real heavy, like you
Yeah.
can't swim. With socks, cause man, my feet are like I can't step on no rocks, dog.
He's
I
got
always wear
sensitive feet.
shoes all the time.
No,
Socks too.
I was sitting there defending you. I said to protect.
I know,
your
I
feet.
remember.
Yeah.
Them ugly ass feet. Protect your feet from people.
Hey, they look
making
all right
fun of
now.
you,
They look all
motherfucker.
right now because I
Hey,
get them
Mimi
done.
got them right.
Yeah. I remember the first time I did it. You know, she do it and she's like, "Okay, what color you want?" I'm like,
Oh, no, I'm just here for clear coat. Clear
"No."
coat.
Well, I told her I wanted the.
Hit me with the shellac.
Well, she hit me with the shellac, but shiny.
For real?
But shiny. I'm talking about
That shit was
motherfuckers were
looking
gleaming. I said, "Oh shit!" So next time I was like, "Hey, can I do not shiny, just like, to keep them healthy?"
Yeah.
So
Side buff.
we're good now.
Not shellac.
Hey, just do
Yeah.
it. Just do
The
it.
motherfuckers were
Obnoxious ass
thick on
color.
there, boy.
So did that escalate any further? That
No,
incident?
she got quiet real quick. I'm like, okay,
Put her in her place.
Yeah, this is what I gotta do to these old hoes.
You're
around
from
here.
East Austin, ho.
I like how she just refers to them all as hoes. Because they're always like, he's like, hey man, you gotta call every female a bitch or refer to them as bitch. But I mean, that's just how I say it.
Yeah.
So now I got somebody to relate to.
Yeah.
Because she's like, all these hoes ain't shit.
Yeah.
This hoe, that hoe, old hoe, young hoe.
I mean, I feel like she can because
She is a
you-
hoe.
I was waiting for her.
Hoe nation.
It's kind of
That's the whole nation.
like a black
I'm a
guy
leader.
can say the N word, It's like it's okay. But you're actually the third woman that we've had on this show.
Oh, right.
One in person, we've had one over a video call, and
That's
so you're the
awesome.
second in person.
Okay.
And we wanted to bring you on just to we're not misogynistic or gay, we just know a bunch of dudes.
Tired
But
of
it's cool. I was
sausage
looking
fest.
forward to it because we get to get a female perspective on stuff that we periodically talk about and stuff like
We're
that.
closet podcast. We just don't. We're scared of girls. We're scared of our immature ass shit that we
So y'all
say.
some He-Man woman haters.
We're scared we're gonna bring a female on and say something and they're gonna be like, bitch, say it again. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
On my way over here, so I came from this way, and they were filming a movie
Yeah.
right there, and so they were backing out like a van, and they were like taking up the whole thing. The car in front of me, like this lady was in the road, and she was like, she was doing something with her hands. I didn't see it until I pulled up,
Yeah.
and the car just like sped off. And then that lady, I pulled up, and that lady, she was like this. I was like, well, fuck it, go around. So I started to go around. She was like, stop. And then I was like, oh shit. And then she was like, what the fuck? And I was like, dude, like I wanted to get out and be like, you were doing this.
Yeah, like,
and then so I stop and I'm waiting. The van pulls out and they take off. And then she's like, fuck, dude, I wanted to just stop and be like, all right, like I stopped for you,
You
like
should've
let it
just
go.
bumped her ass a little
Fucking
bit.
let it go, dude. She was
Let
like,
it
what the
go.
fuck? And I wanted
They
to.
got classes for that shit.
Oh, dude, I've never hit a woman, but
Should've hit
God
me up,
damn,
dog.
But you can hit a bitch.
yeah, you can hit a bitch.
I
Yes.
feel it's just because they don't know. That same thing happened with my mother-in-law. She was telling my sister-in-law, who is very young and can't drive very good. So she was telling her to back up. So she's like this, back up. Well, then she's like this, like to stop for her. But she was like, oh, okay, keep going. So beep.
Yeah.
She ran into somebody.
I think I know what happened. She was trying to tell that van like, "Hey, come on," but I'm over here, and she was trying to do this.
Yeah.
But she did
But
it the
she
other
was
way.
like, and I'm like, bitch, and I wanted to get off and like just be like, you were fucking just go off, but I'm like, dude, it's Ash Wednesday, I'm gonna chill.
Oh, that was today. Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
You didn't go? Fucking
No.
heathen, bro.
I had plenty of dirt on me earlier.
So I've heard. Mimi told me.
Fucker.
Yeah. So nobody participates in Ash Wednesday. I feel it's kind of crazy because it's like.
My little niece participated today. She's
Yeah.
one. Don't know what the fuck is going on, but she went to church.
Got the ashes.
Yeah.
So my girl texted me. She was like, "Hey, did you see any of this?" And it was like a meme with the ashes. And I was like, "No,"
Hell yeah.
because I'm outside all day. But I was like, once I go in, I'm sure that I'll see it. And then I go in, they're like, "Man, it's fucking slow." And I was like, "Oh yeah, they can't eat meat today. I'm not gonna see." And sure enough, I didn't see
I never
nobody.
even thought about it like that.
Yeah.
Like,
So
places that sell beef. And
yeah,
Oh.
they're slow as fuck on Fridays, dude.
It's
But
only on
Saturdays
Fridays,
and
right?
Sundays are like popping because I feel like they're like, oh, we couldn't eat meat.
Yeah.
Let's go to Christ's Day.
Damn. So you're open Sundays now?
Yeah.
Because I feel like sometimes y'all aren't
They're
open
always
Sundays.
They close early.
6.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that normal time?
Sometimes they stay
I don't
open
go to
late.
Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, rarely.
Oh, I know.
So you can't get sausage after 6 here in Valcourt. Unless it's slanging sausage.
unless you know the right people.
She's like, I'll call you a dick sucking hoe. If I
Hey,
can tell by your lipstick. Right?
JP Pada said he got some message from the Smitty's pit.
Oh, damn.
Damn. that's messed
So
up.
while we're on the topic, favorite barbecue place in Lockhart?
Okay, so
Or which ones have you tried?
I like Smitty's sausage. I like
Who's Smitty? No, I'm just kidding.
I like their
the owner.
sausage. Brisket is Christ, and then the sides I would go for some chisholm, some like it's a mixture. Like I can't just sit here and be like, oh, I want this, and that from there. It's like I'll just take the sausage and do something with it. Yeah,
So
but-
basically, Rudy's.
Hey, ew.
She said, ew.
We need to get that on a clip, man.
Yeah.
We need to bring some Rudy's in. Just grab it.
I have some,
And get a lot of bread.
a lot of bread.
A lot of bread.
Yeah, we have like a little ongoing joke about Rudy's just because I was talking about Terry Black's barbecue. I don't know if you're familiar with it in
Yeah.
Austin.
Yeah.
And it's like probably like my number one, like, but I haven't been there for tax season. We might go over there soon.
I was gonna say, hey, you should be balling right now, right?
Not me, man. Sugar mama.
Oh, there you
So,
go, sugar baby right here.
Sugar baby. Fucking proud of it.
Dude.
I hope so. You got about 10 kids.
Yeah. why
Hey,
not?
y'all said
No,
that.
you get capped
y'all
off.
said that last week, and I was like, man, if I was there, I'd been like, because he's like, oh, you got 6, right? Or no, you got, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're like, no.
Andrew always says it.
And I was like, man, you would have had 10, 12.
Yeah.
Every time it goes up, too.
Well, they cap you off, the IRS.
They do?
Yeah.
3, right?
I think it is like
No,
3.
so it's based off of your income. Like if
Oh,
you
okay.
can support 10 kids and they can see like, hey, okay, this is how much they make, this is how many kids they got, you can get it. I used to do taxes and this one dude came with 10 kids and I'm like, I had always heard like, oh, after 3 they cut you off. But no, if you have the income to support them legit, then they'll give it to you.
That's a lot of income.
Yeah, I mean it goes down. You
That's
start
a
like
lot
from
of
15
kids.
and then you
That's
go
a yeah.
down. Like,
That's a lot of
imagine how many
Pampers, though.
fucking boats you can buy with them fucking income tax. That's like, I keep telling
Well, shit. Well, then you got to think. I mean, they're supporting these 10 or whatever, 4,
Yeah.
5,
I
6
keep
kids.
telling my mom I can't wait till next year's taxes because then I got a baby to claim.
Oh, yeah.
I'm finna buy a bow, boy.
Well, actually, you should have the baby this year so you can
That's
claim
what I'm
them.
talking about for this year's
Yeah.
taxes, but next year.
Yeah, so
Be balling. And then the first year, you get the most. I want to say it's like 3,000 or
I'ma do
something.
the most.
35 or something. And then the next years, you don't get as much.
yeah.
Y'all gonna be like, where's Austin at? That motherfucker bought a boat.
He
and
bought a
ain't been
boat.
back.
He's
He
gone.
gone.
He been at the coast all fucking month.
Hey, never mind.
I
I was gonna start talking shit with him.
No, don't do it. Andrew knows too much shit, so he can't talk. And one time he be like, hey, remember one time we beat that fool up at Walmart? I'm like, you ain't supposed to talk about that, man.
Hey, you know what? Bam told me he remembered that.
Was he there?
I guess. I don't know.
Shit.
It was. I had a fight. Well,
can you
shit,
move
I don't know if I should
the
talk about this.
camera real quick on the thing? No, on the thing. Can you just drag it up? You know that little white space below where the little sheets aren't covering? Just like try to get that. It's grinding my gears. So yeah, man, let's talk about your gender reveal. Big things going on in your life
Yeah.
this past weekend.
Big things. We did a gender reveal.
It was pretty cool the way it was done.
Yeah, my sister planned it all.
Did you?
She's pretty badass.
Let's
So-
take me through it.
So I fish a lot, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, like a lot of bread. I fish a lot. So my sister got these. There's like little balls that look like bobbers. Tied it on my fishing rod, and I just hit it against the fence. It's supposed to bust, and it'd be the
nice.
color. Well, I fucking missed the first time.
I was gonna say I thought I saw that.
You said? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Oh, and Josh's.
No. I think Jimmy posted the video.
Oh, that
Or
bitch
Wanda.
went way the fuck over the fence, and I was like, oh.
Well, you couldn't see the first miss. You just see where you're coming back, like you had already done.
Oh
it.
yeah.
And then
You missed?
By like that much, because it's really heavy, and I'm not trying to break the tip of my rod. You know, you don't really haul around that much weight. So I was like trying to swing that bitch because you had to hit it really hard. So yeah, I was really hoping for a boy. These guys knew. and then it was pink. So I'm colorblind, so it took me a second.
You're like,
And then I was like, what the fuck?
it would have been
shit,
nice
it's
in like a fish bowl, and then you just drop it in there, and it like the color comes out.
I don't know. I felt I wanted to do the thing where you like pop that bitch in the air.
Oh,
But I got one of those actually. I'm gonna make a video later on about it.
well, girls like to fish too.
Oh yeah, she's gonna be a hell of a
They like
fishy
to
person.
hunt too.
Yeah.
Chris
Depends on how you raise them.
Fisherman than I am.
I was talking with T. We were playing Apex the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, Austin's having a girl," and I was like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "I know he was hoping for a boy or whatever," but I was like, "You know, girls. I mean, kids in general are blessings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?" But we were talking. I was like, "Man, I know when I had my girl, dude, like it just like my perspective changed. Like when they were born, and then she started growing up, and I was like, dude, I'm a fucking asshole, dude, just because of like, you know, like I've talked to chicks in my time, you know, and you don't realize." Back in the day or whatever that's someone's daughter, you know what I mean? And so you tend to look at it like
but not only that,
like
you just think of like stuff you've seen, you know, people out about at parties, you know, sometimes girls are drunk or whatever, and you're like, you know, I don't want stuff like that, or guys to be looking at her, you know, that's my kid, you know.
Yeah, for sure, dude.
That's exactly why I wanted a boy.
So my dad has 4 daughters, and my grandmother said if you had a boy, you would just have to worry about one Peter. Now you have daughters, you got to worry about a tons of dicks. You're like,
man, I was almost gonna say, you know, Wanda's got all boys, so I mean, man, I'm sorry, but you might have all girls, bro.
Well, that's another thing that like, made me feel really comfortable about it because my 2 nephews are very rough, so they ain't gonna let shit happen to her. I promise you that.
sure, yeah.
Like they beat the shit out of each other all the time, so I'm like, oh, they'll do it to anybody else. Good at it.
Yeah,
I'm like, get 'em, boys.
hey, but even you know, more reason to keep on trying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not that like, I mean, keep on trying like, oh, I didn't get what I want because, you know.
Yeah.
We're gonna try one more time.
Nice.
It's a girl. That's it.
That's it. Cut it off. Clip it.
2.
But what if it just takes one more time?
That's how people get addicted to gambling.
Tell me about it. Hey, that's what happened to my cousin Roman.
50-50.
My cousin Roman, he has 2 girls, and then he tried one more time. He's like, if it's a girl, I'm done. He had a boy.
Nice.
2 girls and a boy. I'm like, God,
I just don't know,
Tight, dude.
I can't handle it.
bro.
He probably went to church on Ash Wednesday.
Right.
Got what he asked for.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I will not have girls no more. That was just what he gave up.
So if you had a boy, random question, would you circumcise him?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a son, and my son was 11 pounds at birth. So I had to have a C-section, and he did not get circumcised because the little tool that they used to hold him down, he was too big for it. So they said if he can lose 2 pounds and be at 9, then we could circumcise him. And then the nurse comes in and she's like, if I want to give you my honest opinion, like, don't do that to him. And I'm like, why? She's like, it's going to be more pleasurable. I'm like, bitch, wait a minute. Hold the fuck up. So I'm looking at my son like, nigga, it's because of me. You getting off. Like, mama did that for you.
That's what I've heard, but I mean, you know.
You know, but like I tell my son, you just have to clean yourself right. But that's why it happened. Like, he never got small enough to be able to get that done. And the doctor's like,
said 11 pounds?
He was 11 pounds. I was like, you ain't invested up this moneymaker. I need to go get sliced and diced right now.
I mean, I heard, I haven't like looked fully into it, but I heard it's just like a religious thing. That's the reason behind the whole circumcision type deal, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's nothing for them. Like, it's actually taken away from them from the way
not a
that
benefit.
These people, Hey, did you know they use that skin? People in Hollywood use that skin.
Oh, here we go.
For like facial cleansing to look young. At Jennifer Aniston, there's a clip of her on Ellen, and
it's a pizza, bro.
She said, "So how does your face look so nice? You do Botox?" She's like, "No. I use male foreign kids foreskin." And she's like, "What the hell?" And they're like, "I don't think we could talk about it." But I was like, I looked up on it. You can.
Do your work.
It's the pizza, bro. I'm telling you.
I was gonna say, like, the women, like the celebrities that have their babies, they like use the placenta, and they make like shakes out of it. And they drink it.
Motherfuckers be eating that shit.
Yeah, man, crazy, bro, crazy.
And the umbilical cord, like I mean, like if your wife looks up on it, you can like save it, and if they have any health issues, it's like nutrients. Or you can
donate it. Yeah, my nephew actually helped a dude with I don't know what his condition was, but actually, like my sister found out about it from her donating it.
You should have said my nephew helped the dude who got drunk whenever he drove and ate too much. What was it? condition.
Oh, that was Andrew.
Oh yeah, there was God dang it! Every time I forget it.
We've talked about this so much, you should know it by now. According to Andrew, which we looked it up and verified, there's this
Don't make it
condition.
seem like he made that shit up though.
No, that's
like,
why. That's why I said we looked up and verified.
According to Andrew, he fucking made this falsified lie. He fabricated this whole story.
No, because I had pictures. The
Yeah.
guy
It was a trick
wrecked
thing.
behind my house.
There's a condition.
Auto brewery syndrome.
There's a condition that you eat too much. What?
It's known as gut fermentation syndrome.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes called drunkenness disease. This rare condition makes you intoxicated or drunk without drinking alcohol. This happens when your body turns sugary and starchy foods into alcohol.
No. And you can get drunk. So this guy, what was your experience?
Well, so he wrecked behind my house and flipped and everything. We went. It happens by my house all the time. So we win and make sure everybody's okay. Well, we pull him out, and he's already, I got our burgers. And I'm like, what? So then the volunteer fire department comes, and they're talking to him, and they're, this guy's drunk. And he tells them what he said. He's like, yeah, we've heard of it, but, he doesn't have any medical records.
And he's
of
like,
it.
what are you talking about? Automobiles.
Nah, nigga, you messed up my.
He said, Mama Double.
Yeah, he was crazy.
Okay, Boomhauer, get the fuck out of the middle of the road.
That's kind of like diabetes. You ever heard of
It's the
this?
same thing.
Yeah,
It's basically the same
Oh,
thing.
really? It does the
Yeah.
same thing?
Where-
Diabetes. Well,
Where you're low on sugar, so it
Yeah.
makes
you
you
could
feel...
do that like a drowsy feeling, or if your sugar is too high, you feel the same
Make you feel
way.
fucked up.
Yeah.
My dad be getting like that.
Got Josh Russell in the
Oh,
house.
fuck him.
You want to what?
I'll shit in his mouth. For real, he ruined my life for 10 days. You won.
Dude, I saw that and I was
Just
like,
wait.
I was like, dude, I know this fool's pissed.
Oh,
Like-
dude, for something I didn't even do. Was I telling you that I got banned?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
didn't fully get into it
Because
though.
of that fucking dude.
Oh.
Because I'm a bully, apparently. That's
Yeah,
he's a rat.
That guy said something and Austin said something, which wasn't even like, it didn't even warrant a ban. Like you couldn't appeal it.
Nah. Because bullying is zero, what do you call it? Zero
They're
tolerance.
tolerant.
Yeah. And then, so he got 3 days, right? Or was it 2?
Got 3 days at first.
And then he comes back and he's like, hey, I'm back. And
then
then
that motherfucker
that dude
starts
jumps in the comments and he's like, this dude's like, what'd you say? You're
I
like,
told him, I said, it's because you're a rat. Way if you do it again, I'm gonna stop
was-
telling or I'm gonna block you.
there was one cuss word in there.
I don't know. I
could have
I'm
sworn
gonna
there was
fucking
one.
block you, probably.
Yeah, and then they were like, boom, fucking 10 days, right?
No, it was 6 days, and then I fucking screenshotted it and shared it to my other profile,
And then you got-
and it was like 3 more days, and then like 2 more days. Like I can't. So whenever I post anything on Facebook for the next 22 days, it goes to the bottom of the list on the newsfeed. So my shit, you might not even see my shit.
I was gonna say, I've been looking at your stuff.
Ugo's here. What's up, Ugo?
Google. Okay.
He wants to know
So
what
it
in his
says
mouth?
apparently all these celebrities are doing crazy beauty treatments. Kim Kardashian does a vampire facial. I'm
The
not sure
blood.
what that is.
Really?
Victoria
A bunch of vampires jack off on her face.
Victoria Beckham's does a nightingale poop facial. Okay,
That's a
and then-
bird.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What side is this?
this is CNA Lifestyle. Gwyneth Paltrow does bee venom facials. So
Oh, yeah,
and
where
then
they, like,
this
sting
is
you with
called the foreskin facial,
Yeah.
also the penis facial.
A lot of girls should do that.
So what it is
You don't gotta be a celebrity.
Hey, they just rub a bunch of dicks all
well,
over her
they're
face.
probably paying her, or giving it to her for free so she can spokesperson, you know. But apparently,
Endorse it?
it's a serum that has EGF, epidermal growth factor, that it's derived from stem cells of newborn Korean baby foreskins.
stem cells.
Okay. So they're,
that's the same
they're
thing-
stem cells, but they are from
From-
foreskins.
But
that's
it
the
says
same
from
thing
Koreans
the,
only.
umbilical cord too.
It's kind of weird.
like the one that falls
So
off.
what it does is it helps generate collagen and elastin, which boosts your radiance of your face.
Ugo said he does that all the time. His skin's real tight.
Just the facial. I mean,
We gotta have Ugo on soon. I got some stuff to ask him. That's crazy. Are you like a fan of like the Kardashians and all that?
No, I don't really like them. I like Kim to a certain point. Like, I feel like she's dumb as fuck, but like just things that she shared, like she had shared that her dad told her not to have kids till she was 30, and she actually did it. And I think out of all of them being a parent, Kim's the more a parent that I would look to for advice, because you know the other ones, Courtney is a damn fucking nut. Like, I don't understand that broad one bit.
Really? I feel like, I mean, I don't really pay attention too much, but I feel like if I were to date one, like if I had the option, I know I don't have a chance. I'm not 6 foot and I'm not black. But
Well, look at Pete Davidson.
oh, dude, yeah, true.
Let me know if you get this. Let me know if you get this. He's in the chat.
Oh, is he? What's up, Gregory? In the chat?
No, it's Joshua Russell.
Oh, Josh Russell.
That's we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
He's late.
He's like,
Oh, my bad.
delayed.
Yeah,
I was on a different screen, though.
So Courtney.
what I
would
was
be
saying with
your-
Courtney, just because she seems like the more natural one, doesn't mean that she hasn't done like any kind of like Botox or any kind of thing.
Yeah, like on that level, yeah, but it's to an extent. I mean,
Was there a personality?
yeah, she doesn't have one really. And then the fact that she lets her kid treat their nannies like shit, like
Oh.
beating and fighting, and she's just, I don't know if something happened to her as a kid, but it's just like, you don't gotta beat a kid, but you can correct them, and I don't know, I just feel like she fails in that department as being a mom.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you think about the whole Pete Davidson thing?
Dude, so I was like, what the fuck? Like,
He's
does
not
not
even
look
funny.
He doesn't look soft on the eyes at all. But when he talks and he jokes around, I'm like, okay, Kim's wanting something different because I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Is like you can have an ugly dude and be like, oh, you definitely don't like him because of his.
Personality.
Yeah, you like him because he's funny.
Yeah.
That dude's not funny.
Dude, I mean,
I've
there's
seen this dude have a fucking allergic reaction helping Kevin Hart move these people on YouTube.
there's
seen
like
that?
I mean, there's got to
He
be
acts like a
something.
bitch.
There's got to be something to it. Like he's dated, Ariana Grande, now Kim Kardashian. That there alone is enough to
Yeah.
be like, all right, dude,
Okay, he got
show it
something.
to me.
Yeah.
How big is it? Come on, man, let's get over
You know
it.
what he's doing? He's swooping in for the kill. He's saving the day, Captain Save-A-Ho.
Yeah.
Mac
for sure.
Miller died and he got with, what's her name?
Oh, he's the rebound.
He's a rebound. Funny guy, rebound.
Yeah.
I
But
mean-
everybody
Or the dude
talks
with the
about
long
Kanye
song.
that he's like a,
A net case?
introvert, like
Oh, yeah.
real crazy, like he does stuff weird.
Hey, I saw this deal.
Did y'all see him at the Super Bowl?
No.
He was wearing that
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
face thing.
Yeah, he was wearing a mask.
No, like a full face
It's like a ski
covering.
mask,
It's
wasn't
a
it?
mask.
No, it was. It's
a-
like you think of
it's
the
a
Halloween
sock.
costume where the people act like they're invisible. They wear the all black suit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks like it was just a face mask of that.
Did it have eyes?
Bro,
cut?
it was
No,
a sock.
no cutouts. It was
It
all
did
just.
have holes in it.
No, it didn't. Not the one I saw, bro. I'm gonna look it up right now.
He's like, I'm going to prove
Fuck
it.
that.
I saw Kanye talking on a podcast where he was talking about he's going to set up some technology for people who write bad comments online so they could find them where they're at and punish them.
Oh, wow.
He went like on a rant about that
Good
shit.
luck with those charges.
And I'm like, dog, what are you going to do? Like, you said you're stupid. Oh, my mom's going to get you. Right? I don't know.
So let's talk about comedy. How long have you been doing comedy?
I mean, just those 2 months ago.
Really?
Once a month, yeah. Nothing.
Yeah, like you're making me seem like a fucking
Yeah.
comedian or something. Well, I know you had talked about something about like
Improv to comedy.
yeah.
So yeah, like seriously, I'm the clown of the family. Like if you throw a get together, it's like, is Valerie gonna be there?
You're the life of the party.
Yeah, and they're like, no, okay, well, I have to get back with you, and it's legit. Like, if people want shit to go down, it's like, can we just have it at your house? And they're like, you got all that land. Da, 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 da. I'm like, girl, bye.
Oh, you have
know?
land?
Well, we rent it 7 acres, over there in Maxwell, and so yeah, it's pretty decent. 1,600 foot driveway. I didn't know what that was when the lady told me. I was like, okay, whatever. I don't give a shit. Like, where do we sign?
Husband's paying for it.
Yeah, yeah, like I don't care. And it was so crazy how it worked because we were supposed to go like on the other side of San Marcos, and I watched my niece and I was like, oh, it's probably not gonna work. She's like, I'll move out of there in like give me 3 weeks and I'll move out of there. And I was like, okay. And sure enough, 3 weeks came and went, and she was like, I have the keys. It's all cleaned up. Y'all go in, and it happened. So it's pretty cool. We like it out there.
Nice. Is it like country life kind of?
Yeah, so I'm from the east side of Austin. That's like city. That's right dab in the middle. And, we see the gangster thugs over there. It's like, there ain't shit out here but some damn hogs and some dogs and some deer and rabbits. And
And you like it?
I do. I used to make fun. So, like, my 2 older kids have a dad. And when I had my...
I would hope so.
Well, it's not my husband. He doesn't act like a dad. Let me clear that up. So he's a donor.
okay.
He's
Okay,
a sperm
got you.
donor. And so when my youngest was little, when I had her, we moved out there, and it was like a trailer. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? There's like 20 people in a 2-bedroom trailer. So I was like, this is not for me. I was just like, I guess I was young and dumb, didn't appreciate that not having neighbors and all in your business. And the life is a lot slower in the country than it is in the city.
Yeah.
So when we moved out here, I was like, damn, like it's a lot different, and I
You can
just
breathe.
appreciate. Yeah, like I appreciate it more. Like
So you went from Austin to Maxwell?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, first I came down here to Christopher's Cove by Blue Bonnet, right down this way.
Oh, okay, okay.
So we were right there with my sister, and then after a year,
Christopher.
what happened?
Nothing.
That's his name.
That's your name. Oh,
That's his government name.
oh, so
We
you're
don't
not
talk about
Austin?
that. We don't talk about that.
Hey, once again, things that we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, we don't really be saying my government name.
You said it our last show.
I'm just.
You gave
so
your
I'm
whole
not
damn
the only
7.
one that
No,
goes
he's
by
Mexican. He
7
got 7 damn names.
I know.
5, 6,
6.
I got 3.
7.
fucking 4.
Andrew knows me too well.
Dang.
He
Okay.
got me.
Did you count also in there?
Oh shit! Hey, and the Nick fan.
Hey, parentheses.
But yeah.
Y'all frozen? He always says we're frozen. But
I think it's his
he used to
phone.
pay his fucking phone.
It's that net 10.
He's over there cooking shitty ass food. Nah, they don't even let him cook. He's fucking scrubbing toilets.
Who's
and
that?
fucking your buddy Josh.
He always says we're frozen.
Don't say nothing. Your podcast might be blocked and banned.
Yeah, he's gonna report us.
Hey, shut this bitch down.
Fuck, dude. I'll fucking go to what's that place he works at? Bistro.
Nah, we ain't frozen. He's tripping.
Yeah.
I just go in there and tell his boss that he drinks every day before he goes in.
Tell me drinks on the clock.
Wearing that ugly ass Bud Light hat.
He's proud of that motherfucker.
That motherfucker be in the lounge drinking a beer or over at Hobbies. I'll snitch on his ass in a heartbeat. Hey, we're gonna be rats, motherfucker. Where's my cheese?
He's proud of that
Right.
thing he got on his hip every night.
Oh.
He don't get good service at his sugar mama's house. Hell no,
Oh
because
yeah,
she
it's
locks
tax
his ass in
season.
the basement.
No, it's tax season right now. I heard he's balling.
Yeah, he got a check.
I saw a post on your Facebook, and it was like, I think it was like 2 years ago, and you were like, I just made, did my first comedy
Oh
show.
yeah, it was 4 years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the intro to comedy that I did. I was only supposed to be up there for 3 minutes, stayed there for 30 minutes, and the guy was really cool. Like, they were doing jokes that I really was like, oh, this is not fucking funny. Like, I'm going to go up there and nobody's going to laugh at my shit. 'cause
So
I'm
you
gonna-
said you were supposed to be up there for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
Did
so-
you had material prepared for 3
No,
minutes?
so how it went was you're supposed to go up there and he's going to only ask you 3 questions. And then once you say those 3 things, then he's going to, like, you're done. Well, I went up there and he asked, like, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a stay-at-home mom. And he's like, how many kids do you have? And then once I started talking about my kids, it was like, tell us about your kids. That was the 3rd question. And I was just telling the story of each one of my kids. And then he's like, nobody's stopping me. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then this other motherfucker, like, just going on. And I was like, what? And then finally a girl was like, it's funny and all, but we all want to do it too tonight. And he's like, oh, shit, yeah, come on. Like, we'll save it. I want to work with you and stuff like that. He emailed my sister.
You're like, this whole thing, she's funny.
Yeah,
With
get
the
up.
lipstick
You're
all
next,
fucked
bitch.
up.
Yeah.
Out here sucking dick for comedy.
Look at your lipstick, ho.
For real, like, but it was really cool. I liked it. He kept emailing my sister, like, hey, can we work together? And she's like, actually, that was my sister. I bought her this as a gift. And he's like, well, relay the message. And she forwarded it to me, but I never went anywhere with it because I was like, I don't see myself as a comedian.
So after that, you kind of
I just stopped, and then that's when my friends here in Lockhart were like, hey, they have open mic at the lounge. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, let's go. And then my friend Melanie was like, bitch. And she sent it to me. She's like, you're so funny. You should get up there. And I'm like, Like, I may be funny amongst y'all, but I don't know about, especially because I see Lockhart as being a little delayed. Not to be rude, but delayed. A little delayed compared to the Austin scene. Like, kind of like my husband. I don't know if it's white or if he's from the South Side that makes him that kind of way too, but it's like he thinks like Bubba Sparks just goes fucking hard, and I'm like, nigga.
I never listened to Bubba Sparks,
I'm
bro.
like, dog, no. Or he's like, move, bitch, get out,
That
Ludacris,
shit's
and I'm like,
old.
but he's
is
just
he ever like, I know Mike Jones, fofos, I'm tipping. We're great, I'm gripping.
good. Like,
He just
back
starts
then
going
they
off.
didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They want me. Like, I'm just like, ooh, we need to work on this shit. And every dude I talked to was from the fucking South Side, and they all had that one thing that related. They were delayed. They weren't up to date with the shit that was
only
going
like
on.
8 or 10 miles away.
What exactly do you mean by delayed?
Like, you know how when you say you're delayed, you're like back, like, oh, you know, y'all are ahead of us. Like, oh, that just played. We're barely right here. That's delayed. Like,
okay.
You know, the new shit, they're not really familiar with it. And then when I'm advancing more, he's just barely trying to catch up and shit. So it's like, oh, okay.
It's like barely catching wind of the shit when we've already been doing this shit.
Yeah.
Basically.
So I'm like, hey guys, did y'all hear that Russia invaded Ukraine? You're like,
dude.
Last week, yeah.
Lockhart just barely got that news.
Dude, you want to hear something fucking funny? So my husband's like, yeah, I was listening on the radio and these dudes, they were talking about the Super Bowl halftime. And I'm looking at him and he's like, yeah, they were talking about 50 Cent, you know, hanging, looking like a fat bat. And I'm looking at him. I was like, what radio station was this? He was like, I don't remember. I said, nigga, that was the podcast I was on. We were talking about that shit. He's like,
that's us.
no.
Yeah.
He's like, no. I was like, yeah. So that's delayed. Like, come on.
Delayed,
You know, like,
fucking slow ass.
no, he's just
That's
a little
all right.
behind. He works a lot. That's why.
That's what I always say. I'm like, man, I went on TikTok that day.
Yeah, by the way, Dairy Queen,
Yeah.
sponsor me. Us.
Hey, so my husband's going to work in South Park Meadows now. And I'm pretty sure all the hoes in Lockhart are going to be like, my burger was messed up. Can you tell your husband? Or they forgot my taco and shit like that.
Bunch of burger hoes.
You know, a lot of
They
hoes
over
in
here
Lockhart.
sucking dick for Hunger Busters.
Dude, let me tell you something. There's hoes in Austin, but y'all got some hoes in Lockhart too, though.
They got the country hoes.
We got some hoes.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think they like got a little society going on. Like there's Lockhart, but somewhere's in the country they got a whole nation right there. Just, I mean, they're broads that are fucking, like just the shit that I come. There's like a bitch I know. She has like a boyfriend of 11 years, and then I got a homegirl, and I was like, yeah, this bitch is messing with the married man, and she's like, nah, she's with my cousin.
Oh shit!
I'm like, what?
She's
Wait.
like, she's fucking married,
Hey,
bro.
I guarantee you, whenever she was like, I know a friend that was with someone, and like you're like in your mind, you're like, who the fuck is she talking to?
I was already
And
shitting on
then
a
to
couple.
knock it off, it's like, yeah, they just had their little engagement pictures, and I'm like, bitch, well,
Dude, the thing is like you're right. It is different, but I think it's different because of the fact that everybody knows them, but nobody knows them.
yeah,
Everybody knows that they're a hoe, but and nobody's
you
like.
can't pinpoint them.
You're
Is
like,
it this hoe?
oh,
or that
she
hoe?"
was dating Brad yesterday. Oh no, she's still with him, but now she with the homeboy down the street. Everybody knows.
They don't
but
care
nobody
either.
knows.
They don't care.
Nah, just do it on the open.
Yeah, it's weird.
Shit, they found me.
Answer your phone.
Yeah, they're waiting for you to be the on call.
They're like, turn my water on.
Yeah, it's weird, especially the ones that play softball. They some
Softball hoes?
dirty hoes, not just from the dirt either.
Catching balls left and right. Did you? So when you came down to the Lockhart area, did you make friends? I would
Yeah.
think so, right?
Yeah, so that's how I actually. So I lived here. I was really low key, just like filling out everything. Because when I was 17, my best friend moved out here, and I kind of like followed, and I could tell you stories from back then. Like I was like, oh, but the movie Hope Floats. I was like, oh, it was in Smithville or whatever, and I just liked that whole little country town thing. Everybody knew everybody. So when I came here, I really didn't talk to anybody. And then I saw there was a Lockhart softball co-ed, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go play softball."
You play
I played,
softball?
yeah, I played when I was younger and everything.
That's how you know.
Yes, so that's why I know.
Makes sense.
Like, so I go, and it was just so much fun. I had fun, and then I started meeting people. And then my daughter, she was at the junior high, made a name for herself. Like, got voted to be vice president in 7th grade, and
Nice.
I didn't know you have to pay like $1 to vote. So I'm like, damn, heaven, somebody paid money to vote for you. She's like, yeah. I was like, well, you're not that bright. Like, can we redo the tally? Because, and then she went up against a little girl that lived in Lockhart her whole life. So I thought that was cool.
She's like, where'd all them dollars go? Don't you get them?
Right. And then
You need some new shoes.
and then they even did the Chisholm Trail roundup. My daughters were like, Heaven was the Duchess of Lockhart, and my little girl Ryan was the Little Miss Princess. And so we got to meet a lot of people that way too. And that's when I started like, okay, I can't be ratchet. Like I was in Austin, and everybody liked all that. Like
Can't
here,
just be going around calling everybody hoes and shit.
I still do
Can't be
though.
calling every bitches and hoes.
Yeah. Tell me next time.
How old are you?
I'm 35.
Oh, okay.
Tell me next time we go to Mimi's, I want to be up in that bitch too. Calling all the me and Adrian gonna be up in that bitch getting our feet done, talking about fuck all these hoes. Hoe with your lipstick all fucked up.
I know what
She
you
gonna be
do.
like, those are my friends. All right, just
Karida told me about you.
hey, we heard about you, old hoes.
Now we're gonna ask Mimi, hey, who's the one with the fucked up?
Who's the bitch that complained about the kids? And it's so funny because I see that hoe around, and I'm just looking at
It's
her
Lockhart,
like,
you don't see him.
Oh, you
yeah,
see her around.
Yeah, I feel bad because she's an old ass lady, but
Nah, you fucked up. You supposed to be old ass hoe.
we seen her at, she was eating by herself, and I'm like, that's why that bitch is miserable. She's just lonely.
I mean, you kind of feel sorry for people.
Oh, she was
like
at the
that.
Dairy Queen, and I walked in with all my badass kids running around, and she was just like, I'm like, oh, this
That's the one who
bitch.
called me out.
I was just like patting down her lips and shit. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
don't
you
forget
remember?
to get right here. How many kids
She
you
got gravy
I have
all over her
3.
mouth and
3
shit.
kids.
Damn.
I have 3 kids. Yeah, they're bad. No, they're bad.
So my buddy here, he's about to be a father. You have any advice for him?
Oh God.
He did this shit on purpose.
He don't like advice.
And you know
Hey,
what?
man.
No, it's not advice that I don't like.
What do
It's the same fucking thing being told by every single person.
What?
It's annoying.
Well, she might have something else.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll
I just
take new
saw
advice.
if
I'll
you
take
had
new advice.
if you had one piece of advice to give him about he's about to be a father.
I guess the one thing that I can say is communication is key. So
That's good.
if you have
Daddy.
kids and you don't want, like my mom was a young mom, nobody talked about boys and shit like that or feelings or emotions to her, and she kind of just went out there, explored, and then at 15 got pregnant. And like my daughter, I tell her like, I'm gonna always be in your business until you show me that that you can handle your own. So my daughter takes in stuff, and I have to be very elaborate on what I mean, because what I deliver, she may not take it in.
Yeah.
So just make sure you talk a lot, like birds and bees. My daughter was 8 years old when she got her, her Aunt Flo come in, and her dad didn't try to like help us prevent that. So she's like 4'9", could have been taller, whatever. And she had emotions at 8 years old that not every 8-year-old has. So I had to explain to her a lot earlier, and that's why I'm saying that just talk more. I mean, some people are like, they're too young to know that, and it's like, no, like that's information to, for better futures if people are upfront and not that whole, well, you're a kid and I'm an adult type of thing.
Yeah, I feel like you gotta read them, and you should know.
Yeah.
Sorry, you should know, motherfucker. I'm pretty sure you smell worse shit throughout your work day.
The shit don't smell like your burp. It actually doesn't smell like anything.
You should know, like, what, if they deserve to talk or
Yeah,
not,
for
or
sure.
whatever like that. I knew with my boys, whenever got on the phone that they use, which is the community phone around the house,
Yeah.
and there was porn on the motherfucker.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, like, chill the fuck out, dude. You're
Yeah.
too young to be looking at that shit. Like, I mean,
And at least
like,
he erased your shit.
yeah.
Right.
That's what you told him?
Me and my
No, he probably blamed the kids. Why the
No.
fuck did you do
Yeah.
this, Junior?
Yeah. Hey, let me
Your
find
wife
out
is-
she found some weird shit.
Yeah, the wife's like, that looks nothing like me, motherfucker. So
No,
I'm gonna
dude.
explain.
So like we have an iPad, and there was like a window that was open, and it was porn, and she's like, "Were you looking at porn on the iPad?" And she showed me, and I was like, "Fuck no, dude! Like, it was just shit on my
phone.
I had my phone." And she was like, and then like once she like exited out, like it was gone. Like they deleted it, but somehow it stayed there, and so we never found out.
Closed the window and it just stuck.
Yeah, dude, like it was there, but like if you clicked on it, it was like whoop, it was like Snapchat, like it just disappeared. And I was like, smart, dude, smart. But after
They should
that I
have
was
clicked
like,
on it though.
huh?
Should have
They shoulda
screenshot that
clicked.
motherfucker.
Yeah. After that I was like, man, somebody was watching porn. Which is, I mean, it's cool, like me, like I'm like, dude, I watch porn, all that shit. It's natural.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like, hey, women, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, you
But,
support single moms.
Yeah.
No, but then we had the conversation last week that, he's worried about, now kids can have all this accessibility to porn and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Well, then they watch these videos of these girls getting stuff done to them, and it builds up an unrealistic like relationship.
Expectation.
There's a mental
To
disorder
sex.
that it creates. I was watching some videos on TikTok
Yeah.
about it.
Like they're gonna go out and try to find a girl that I can do whatever to this girl or whatever.
think that, yeah.
Yeah, and then
Unfathomable expectations.
they're just gonna be
Yeah,
I don't know.
And like
Gonna be out here
my kids, like when I saw them, when I caught
Maybe
them like
not
watching
disappointed,
shit,
but like, I don't know.
yeah,
Maybe it fucks with their brain.
They
or
were
something.
like 9, 10 years old, right? And I have boys at the time. 2 of them were 9, one of them was 10, and there was like porn on one of the devices, and it was like hardcore shit, like MILF just getting plowed, dude. And I was like, dude, like, what the fuck, you know? And I'm like, first of all, y'all are too young. Like, I don't want y'all to grow up and like develop some sort of like sexual addiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna get shit done if you're jacking off 10 times a day. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, dude, give it a break. And then it does, like Andrew was saying, we were talking about, like, I mean, you're like, oh yeah, like, I'm gonna lose my virginity, or bringing my girlfriend over, tonight's the night or whatever. Yeah. And you're looking to, like, put her on the kitchen table, fucking turn the oven on, put her head in there, fucking bang her for 10 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, be all over the house. It's just not gonna happen ever. Like, dude, you're gonna go for like 2 minutes and that's it. You know what I'm saying? And she's either gonna like it or she's not. She's gonna be back or she's not. So yeah, so it's just, it's unrealistic and it's unhealthy. I realize that, but I mean, it's crazy for us as parents what we have to deal with nowadays because
the internet.
It's at the kids' fingertips, everything, so we have to just monitor, which is more work, which a lot of parents don't want to do,
For sure.
Yeah. You have any boys?
I have a son. My son, and because of his autism, I think I'm not closer to him. I mean, I have a really good relationship with all my kids, but I don't know, like my son does not have his dad, his real dad, biological dad raising him. And so I felt like, because he was 3 when I met my husband, and so he peed sitting down because he saw me. He didn't know you got to stand up, raise the seat, whatever, put it back down, or have it on. And so I just felt like I had to talk to him about it, because I was like, okay, Bubba, me and Sissy, we have to sit down. You stand up, and it's a lot easier. And I had to explain stuff like that. That's why I'm saying communication is something. Who farted?
I was breathing in the mic.
I heard it.
So I just feel like, me and my son have, like, he plays the trumpet. It's so funny because I don't know if other moms have a relationship with their kids. And he's like, yeah, I was doing a G flat. And I'm like, oh, Dad knows how to do the G flat. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, that's Dad's favorite note. And he's like, we're not talking about the trumpet, are we? I'm like, no, but like playing around with him.
Oh, he got it?
He got it. He's a little slow. So when he was younger, he would tell jokes and not wait for the punchline. Like, hey, he would like, Mom, what do you call gay dinosaur? And I'm like, what? A Megasaurus. Like, he wouldn't even let me, like, try to guess. Like, Megasaurus. And I start laughing, and he's just rocking. Like, he didn't get the point of the joke. Yeah. So now that he's older, I'm like, okay, I can see that whole transition. Like, now now you understand. It takes him a little bit because he'll be like, G flat. Wait, Mama, are we talking about the trumpets too? And I'm like, no, Bubba. But, we just joke around like that. And then my 2 daughters...
Sorry, I just read a comment. JP says you should have stood up to pee and led by example.
Let's do JP.
When you were teaching your son how to pee, and he said he sat down. Said he should have stood up and led by example.
Oh, dude.
Okay, he would have been straddling that shit.
Just piss everywhere all over the floor. That's how you do it, son. Yeah. Good job, Mom.
No, but I'm like, come on, boy, we're gonna figure this shit out together. But yeah, I have a son and my 2 daughters.
Yeah. I have a friend that has an autistic son, and I also have an autistic cousin. Mm-hmm. And my autistic cousin, he's pretty. It's something to deal with, and I see it's kind of. It's a lot to deal with on my cousin, who's his dad, and his wife and stuff like that, and it's crazy, which is like with having kids and stuff. I feel like we overlook the fact that having like a perfectly healthy child it's almost rare. Yeah, like everything has to come together. Yeah, and sure. I realized, my daughter was born with a cleft palate, mm-hmm. and she had surgery when she was 2 years old to repair that. Cleft palate, for those who don't know, is like a hole in the top of your thing.
Yeah,
and
my godson has that.
Most of the time, it comes with the lip too, yeah. But fortunately for her, it didn't.
So she had her lip. It was just the top of the roof of the mouth.
But it was like we would just have to feed her. Like we'd have to hold her like sideways so she wouldn't choke on like her milk and stuff like that. Or breathe and then surgery day, like at the time, was like one of the most hardest things I had to deal with. Like crazy.
A baby or young
A little
child
Yeah.
going into surgery,
Putting them
pretty
into the hands
crazy.
of the doctor. Hey, you can only come to this point.
Well,
Let
yeah.
him go. I was cool, but my woman at the time was, she was just like, and I was like, it's gonna be fine.
You were okay, man. My
Yeah.
daughter, she had knee surgery, and I'm like, I was bawling, dog, throwing up, nasty.
Hot, dude.
But I don't cry for anything. Like my wife is like, man, you don't have no fucking emotions. Well, she seen me crying. She's like, oh, okay, just for your daughter. And I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, it is
That's
what
all
it
it
is.
takes. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man.
My daughter had surgery on her thumb, and it's so crazy because my older daughter's always been close to her real dad. So I kind of was like, fuck that nigga. Like, what you like that nigga for? Like,
She's
what
like,
about
yeah, you
me?
did.
Like, I'm a hater, And so it just would always bug me. Like, why she like this nigga so much? He's not even there. And then when she had her thumb, she was 10 years old when she had the surgery on it that came out. And the nurse comes and she was like, where's my mom? I was like, bitch, shut up for real. And I told her, that's the anesthesia. That's for real. That's from the heart.
You broke down, right?
So I'm the same. Like, it's not that I don't cry. I just don't like others to see me cry because it's like a weakness. I feel like it's a weakness when it's really not, but that's just something I have to get over. But, yeah, so he's like, you don't cry. Like, I guess my dad was just staring at me when he told me my great aunt passed away. He was like, she passed away. And I'm like, oh, okay, she did. And my dad's just like, looking like, are you going to cry or not?
Shit.
And it's like, I don't want anybody to see me cry. So I was just like staring off like, okay, take it in, whatever. And no emotion really at that time, but I don't know.
It takes a little bit for stuff to hit you.
It kind of does, but then when it does, it's just like, oh, okay, they're going to just be away from me. Especially now that I live in Maxwell. Like, all my people in Austin, there's like a few of them that have come to visit me, even like family that have come to visit, and I'm like, I already know this shit, so it's just like, oh, they're far away. So I kind of see it like that now when I hear about deaths or something's going down or whatever. I'm just like, okay, it's gonna happen regardless. Like, that's how, we all,
It's life.
yeah. But to actually, I'm just like, huh? Or I get real like weird. I start like, I don't know what to do. Like when an adult says they're having a bad day, I'm like, oh, okay, like suck it up, bitch. This is life.
We're all having a bad day.
But like a kid, I actually relate more to a child more than I do to an adult. I mean, I guess it's also normal to have that reaction to another adult.
Yeah, I always find it crazy, like whenever, because I greet people all the time, and I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And always it's like, oh, I'm doing good. Yeah. But what do you do when you come across a person? Oh, man, today could be better. Today could be better.
Shit, bro.
It's like, what can I get for you? Let me make it better.
Well,
you know
want
what I
some
mean?
sausage and brisket? That's what makes me happy.
But to be fair, I mean, you are asking, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? But very rarely does somebody be like, it's been better. But I mean, sometimes, like shit does happen, and a lot of times I just hate when people are like, oh, dude, today was rough, man. And I'm like, dude, what's that? I'm like, dude, aren't we all? Aren't we fucking all, dude?
We're all trying to stay above water here.
Says your OneDrive is getting full.
Fuck OneDrive.
Is that the cloud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Microsoft's cloud.
Fuck the cloud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, I miss Austin's. Remember he used to, hey, have a good day and don't talk shit to people today.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. Drink your gallon of water.
A Jerry Springer moment.
There's a lot of people that say
And then
that.
drives by, hey, fuck you, move out of the way.
Then he got
fucking
banned
slow.
and he just stopped.
No, it wasn't that. It's actually, I used to do a bunch of positive videos, but people don't say nothing until you stop doing them.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I'm encouraging anybody by doing anything. You know what I mean? Like no likes, no comments, no shares, nothing.
But do you need the pat on the back to know that
No,
you're
it's
doing
not a matter
stuff?
of a pat on the back. It's a matter of I know people are watching or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because whenever it says 0 views,
But what if? Oh, 0 views.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't help you there, buddy.
you know what I mean? Like you go live and it's like nobody clicks on it.
That's kind of like when you fucking post something on Facebook
Yeah.
and you're just going hard with all these laugh emojis and there's that one bitch that likes it and ruins your 35
Yeah.
streak. It's like, you're the fucking hating hoe. You are a hating hoe, bitch. Like,
I hate whenever.
you don't get no more hearts from me, bitch.
So I posted earlier. It was like I was like when I eat meat today and then I eat meat on Fridays from here on out. And I don't know if you're familiar with Little Nicky, the movie.
With
when they're in the
Amazon.
they're in the church, and the priest, which is one of his brothers that has been taken over by one of the demons, and he's like, let the sin begin. I posted the gif, and it had all likes. I forgot, I think it was Josh Russell. Like, everyone was like, laugh, and he was like, and I was
I don't
like,
think he knows how to use it.
I wanted to be
He
like,
doesn't know how to
dude,
change it.
thanks
He
for
don't know how to
fucking
change it.
ruining.
Delayed.
Thanks
He's
for
delayed.
Dude, he's
dude.
literally been having a conversation to himself.
I don't know. I can't see him.
Dude, somebody hit. Oh no, I was playing Apex with John David, and it was like the week after his episode, and he was like, dude, he's like, tell me why Josh Russell just commented on y'all's episode, and he was like, he thinks that's live right now, and we were just like cracking up, dude. He's like, he's talking to himself.
The intro that I say on the intro, I'm talking about him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's
No,
what they
I'm not.
said. I said this one time, and my friends absolutely had a ball. It's like when you die, you don't know you're dead, but everybody around you knows you're dead. It's the same way with being stupid.
Yeah.
Exact same fucking way with
makes
being stupid.
It's like I feel like I was blessed with a gift of seeing things in a different way too, and like stupid people are one of them.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like torture to me because I'm sitting here bitching about it, but nobody else sees what the fuck I see. And so they're like, Austin's just a bitch. All he does is bitch about things
Yeah,
and
he's just
complain.
a
I'm
fucking
like,
asshole.
no, dude, I got to sit here and listen to these motherfuckers. Nobody realizes how stupid these people are, but they're just sitting there, just yeah. You know
Or
what I
maybe
mean?
they do, and they're just not that type of person to be like, dude, you're fucking dumb. Stop.
Maybe that is it. Maybe I just,
Yeah,
I just
a
say
lot
it
of
out
things,
loud.
I honestly feel
that's
like,
what
It's at work, dude, all the fucking time.
yeah, I feel like you can control other people, so a lot of shit, and I've had to deal with it and work on it. You just let it. You just gotta let
it's
it
kinda
flow,
hard,
dude.
though.
It is
Yeah,
hard.
I'm not
It
that
is hard.
person. I've tried so hard. My mom's not that person. You know what I mean? 'Cause I talk
it's
to
like-
my mom and I tell her like, "Hey, like, what, do I have a problem?" She's like, "Nope, I'm the same way."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel
She's like, "You're just gonna have to live with it, and the people that you surround yourself with, they're just gonna have to realize that that's who you are."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like
And you
I
just
like
bitch.
like the kiddos, they'll be outside playing, like the boys especially, and they'll be like, hey, like they'll come in, knock on the door, and they're like, hey, so and so call me fat. I'm like, dude,
that's-
listen.
yeah, that's stupid.
I'm like, dude, people are gonna call you way worse shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like you just better live with it. But then I will go out and I'll be like, hey, don't
We
be
don't
making
talk
fun
like
of
that,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, calm the fuck down, dude.
Like
Come
me,
on,
that's
man.
the thing about me is like, I guess some people don't know how to come at me or try to be like rude or ugly with me because I know all my fucking flaws. Like as a person, you know where you lack or whatever. So I'm like, call me fat bitch. Tell me something I don't fucking know. Like you're not saying anything, but let me tell you something, bitch. And then I just go off on them. And Ryan's like, you can't really do that to people because
Just
your
be calling
whole
on names that they never even known that was you big popsicle ass bitch.
yeah.
What?
Like
What
when
does
I
that
was in
mean?
middle
Oh,
school,
you
I
big
called-
old linebacker.
Yeah, big linebacker ass bitch. What the fuck?
Well, I had
You big.
I had a friend in school. He's not a friend, but his like mustache kind of grew funky, and I was like, "You pussy face bitch!" And my teacher's like, "I've never heard that one, girl. Go to class, go talk to people like that." But like, I guess some people are just scared to say it, and some people may take it as an offense, but some people are like, "But you're crazy!" Like, oh my god! Like my cousin in that joke I had told you about. She was like, I don't get offended when you make fun of me like that. My stepmom is like, you can talk about me. You can talk about me. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go on that thing. But my husband tells me it kind of defeats the purpose of you saying, like, we don't like bullies. And I'm like, wait a minute. You come at me, I'm going to come at you. So you
Yeah.
better be able to take it.
Come on me. I'm gonna come on you.
You come in me, I'm gonna come on the floor. It's kind of different because, to me, like the people that I like call my friends and hold close to me, like I talk shit to them like all the time. And I wouldn't do like if I hated somebody, I'm not gonna talk shit to you.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like my kids, like my son, he had an appointment yesterday in Austin, so we had like an hour ride there and back. 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back. And dude, I was fucking with them the whole way. You know what I'm saying? And I do that with all my kids. Like when I get up and I wake them up, all right, ladies, come on. I hit the light. Get up, ladies, come on, let's go. Yeah. I'm always talking shit. So I would hope that when somebody calls them like a nerd or you're fat or you're 4 eyes, whatever. Oh, fuck you, dude. Like, that don't hurt me. Yeah. My fucking dad or stepdad has, he fucked me up. My whole, like, you ain't saying nothing to me I ain't heard before,
And is that also the one that makes you take out the trash?
I don't take out the trash.
Hey, yeah, that's what
That should have me rolling. That should have me rolling.
What was it?
I was
Remind me?
crawling through the
Hey,
fucking attic, and they're like,
Steven was-
hey, how old's your stepson? And you're like, how old's your oldest stepson?
16.
16. He's like, oh, goddamn, because I guess you're shorter, or you're not that tall. Because y'all were talking about height.
Yeah, he was
you're like,
saying you
damn,
took the
bet you that motherfucker makes you take out the trash.
He's like, he's gonna. I can tell he's gonna pass me up, but
Damn.
it's all good. I know his dark, deep secrets.
Oh,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
he
his
was-
Pornhub looks like?
Not yet, man.
Well, I thought you said you already saw one of
He
them.
said 9-year-old.
I don't know which one it was. Yeah,
Oh, shit.
yeah. I mean, I did talk to him. I was like, hey, dude, if you're watching porn, man, just like be aware of who's around, dude. Like, do that shit on your time. You know what I'm saying?
And at
I
least
don't
wipe
care.
off the iPad when you're done.
Because I had like, oh, dude, and don't be skeeting on the damn thing.
My husband's dad has like a fucked up fingernail, and his wife was like, I know when fucking Richard's trying to, expand something, that motherfucker's just a claw line down. Zooming into that shit or tapping on it.
He got 2 hands on that motherfucker.
It's cool, man. I have a large family. I have 6 kids.
Nice.
2 are mine, 4 are my girlfriends.
Nice.
And it just like it's fun, man. Like I bitch about it a lot, but like so when they're there, they drive me up the wall, and when they're gone, I'm
You
like,
miss
oh
it.
man, I wish I were there.
Yeah.
We had a kidless weekend this past weekend, and I was just relaxing with my girl. We were watching TV and shit, and I was high just thinking. And she's like, "What are you thinking about?" I was like, "Man." I was like, life is just like you go through like a period of just the way that things are, like I went through a period like when with my ex, whenever it was just me, her, and my daughter. And I remember thinking at one point, I was like, this is my life, dude. This is all I
This is gonna
need.
be forever.
Eventually, we had another kid, and then she was a hoe, and fucking we broke up.
You're like, fuck
Yeah.
you broke my heart, you
Yeah.
bitch.
And so now, like I'm at a period in my life where I'm at, I'm gonna be 33 in April, and with the kiddos, and
God damn, you're old as fuck.
they drive us up the wall. But this is a period, like eventually we're gonna be into our 40s, late 40s, and we're not gonna have no kids. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? I'm gonna be like, dude, remember when like the kids used to do this and all that shit?
when the
Because-
house was full of shit.
yeah. With old people, man, something that you realize about them is they just constantly reminisce on old times.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel like, they're approaching that time,
Yeah.
like life it's a lifespan, and they're approaching that time where you're getting towards the end.
Yeah.
So you tend to look back.
Yeah.
As
Have you
opposed
heard that song, You're Gonna Miss This by Tracy Adkins? Listen to that song. That's
What is
like,
it?
You're Gonna Miss This, Tracy Adkins.
Oh.
Some white people shit.
I'm Mexican. I put my husband onto that song. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
really?
Yeah.
About time you got him off Bubba's
But
part.
She had to put him on something else.
Give him some culture shit.
But yeah, like the way you're saying it is, it's a little girl with her mom in the car, and she's like, I can't wait till I'm 18. I'll make my own money. I'll make my own, rules. And the mom-
OnlyFans.
Yeah, mom, right? And the mom's like, you're gonna miss this. And like my daughter, she plays softball, and she's like, Mom, when I'm a senior, that's gonna be my walk-up song. Like I'm gonna miss it. I was like, hold on, homegirl, we're going to college on softball. You ain't gonna miss this. You're gonna keep doing it. But for her to just understand and realize, like, hey, this is where my mom's in charge of my fucking socks. This is where my mom's in charge of my softball uniform being clean. Well, I'm not supposed to be, but, she's going to go in a whole world where she's going to have to do her own shit, and she is going to miss this. And it's kind of like me. Like, my son was fucking terrible. I didn't know he had autism until he was 7. And everybody was like, maybe he has autism. I'm like, no, I don't know what that is, but no.
Was there a point where you're like, man, hold up? Like,
Teachers, and
Oh, yeah?
just like a strange white ghetto bitch was like, I think your son has autism. And I'm
Would you
like,
get mad?
No, I was just like, I couldn't get mad because I didn't know what it was. And I was like, well, what is that? And she's like, oh, well, it's where they like stuff particular. It's where they're kind of, sometimes they don't talk. And I put it all together. My son didn't talk till he was 3. He's ambidextrous. He only liked the word ball. And then when I told him, like, damn, dude, you don't even talk. He looked me dead in my eyes and was like, I talk. And I was like,
Oh, shit.
not in front of me. Like, I ain't never seen
Hey, what if he was like, not to you, ho?
Yeah, right, bitch, you ain't funny. You
That's
ain't
like
worth
some
it.
serial killer movie shit. You know?
Like, he didn't talk. He said that, and I was just like, wait the fuck up. And I said it again. And then from that day forward, he didn't shut the fuck up. And it was just like, golly, like, how did he go from
Well,
not
like he
saying-
finally noticed it was okay to talk.
Yeah, or
'Cause
something.
I think that's a thing with autistic kids. You know, the way they perceive stuff is weird. Remember we were talking about that last time?
Dude,
They're like, they'll touch something and they'll be like, you know,
Yeah, the sensory,
fascinated
yeah.
with
Yeah.
something.
My son loved my daughter, my youngest and my son. They loved water, just touching it, and then as soon as it got on them, they would freak out, and I had to change them. Like just the different things that they were mentioning. I was like, okay, so we did that whole testing with the school and went to psychologists, a psychiatrist, and they're like, yeah, he has autism. They gave him a test. His IQ was 147 at 7 years old. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? They're like practically a genius. I'm
Daryl,
like,
ma'am, yours is
this-
90.
Yeah, I'm like, wait the fuck up. This dumb boy is a genius, is what you're telling me. But he can't clean his own fucking room. He, like, I don't understand this. And they gave him a test, and sure enough, I was like, okay. And it's just, like, I'll never miss it.
Did you go down like a Google rabbit hole?
I
like,
did.
looking-
I went through Google. I set up this meeting with this people called Vela, which they actually help, and they talk, because my Ryan at the time, like, we would really argue hardcore, like, dang, he's just a titty baby. And I'm like, dude, if you don't like it, you can get the fuck on, kick rocks. Like, this is my son. And
Oh, with your,
yeah, my husband now. And so he would get just frustrated because he knew his nephews and how they worked. And then he saw my son different. So he was thinking, like, oh, it's because he doesn't have a dad, he acts like this. And I'm like, and that may very well be it. But, like, you're not going to be the one to say or, you know, critique him or whatever. And then when we got the diagnosis and he went to that meeting, he was just looking at all the other dads like, okay, so I'm not the only motherfucker that this kid don't listen to. Like, they don't listen to you either. And they were like, yeah, like shoes. My son, if I tell him those are playing shoes, he won't wear them anywhere else. My mom said I can only wear these outside. No, come on, we're just going to the store. No, I cannot wear these ones.
Fuck, dude.
And
Wish
you're
my kids are like that.
10 minutes looking for shoes that he can't fucking find a pair of. But he got these that he could put on just to ride to the store. And he wouldn't do it. He still is very particular. And I guess it's just something we're dealing with.
I have so like my cousin that's autistic, I have a story. We were at like a family event one time and we were like all playing and stuff. And this dude was kind of being like aggressive with me, right? And you know, he's like younger than me, way younger. He was like a teenager at the time. And my son like saw and he was like, hey, get away from my dad, and like pushed him and stuff like that. And that dude got mad and he was like, you know, trying to like fight him pretty much. And my cousin, which is his dad, came and he was like, hey, get away, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that was that. 3 years later, we're fucking out trick-or-treating. We encounter my cousin and his son. And my son's wearing a mask. And he was taking it off when we were walking. And we saw them and I was like, hey, what's up, cousin? I was like, hey, dude, put on your mask. Because I just knew. And I was like, put your mask on. He's like, okay. And then, so I'm talking to my cousin, and then his son, you know, he's all like, with my son, he's like, hey, how are you? And he's like, what are you supposed to be? And my son's like talking to him and stuff. And then all of a sudden, he's like, wait a minute. He goes, you're that nasty little boy, aren't you? And I was like, holy shit, dude.
They harbor shit. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
and then my cousin was just like, he just like grabbed him. He was like, all right, let's go. And
Throw him in the van.
on they go.
Yeah.
It was
He's gonna
crazy,
remember
dude.
that forever.
Yeah, forever. That's how they like it. It sticks with them. It sticks with them, and it's kind of funny because I'm like, where does autism come from? Like, where? And people are like, when I read it, it's like a gene that you may have and a dad may have, and then it comes out or whatever. And they say like 50% of the time, if a child has it, that next child right after it, 50% might have autism. I'm like, that explains my youngest because she's just her brother, just a girl. And they say little girls are like very rare to have it, but they get misdiagnosed for like eating disorders or OCD. And that's what they very well diagnosed my daughter with, was OCD. I'm like, she fucking started washing clothes at 5 years old, and she's 8. Like, she could wash your clothes, put them in the dryer.
Oh,
fold 'em,
washing
put 'em away.
clothes.
Washing clothes, like laundry. My friend,
What you think she said? Watching hoes?
Watching clothes, like fashion.
You're like, dang, oh.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, you are keeping up Kardashians at that, yo.
Yeah.
No wonder your mama don't like Courtney.
Yeah, no, she washes clothes. She, like my son, they were helping me clean, and she's like, just go find something else to do. I'll sweep. And I'm like, okay, damn, like just weird.
I wish my kids were like that. You just go relax in your room. I'll take care of everything.
My family from Guam was like, sister? I'm like, yeah. She's like, Ryan is washing laundry. Is that fine? I'm like, yeah, just let her ass. Like, go for it. She knows what she's doing.
You have family in Guam?
Yeah. That's where Kirida Girl is a word they use on Guam. So it's kind of like Spanish. Spain invaded Guam. Japan invaded Guam. Like, it's just a whole thing over there. But they don't have a C, they have a K instead of, or like the QU is a K instead of
Makes
a C.
sense now.
So Kirida Girl is kind of like I was saying, querida is a Spanish word, a loving word, and that's what they use it, but it's pronounced different. But yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. So we're going to get your takes on a couple of things that we talk about on the show and all that stuff. When Trump was going on, how did you feel about all that?
Honestly, like politics.
You say Trump was going on, you mean
right? Like he was
president?
like a trend or something. Yeah, when Trump was president.
Yeah, so I wasn't
So
really.
that kind of fucked up. But Trump was going on. I mean, when everybody was pissed off at him, or everybody was making fun of him, like
Yeah, like that's what it was for me. Like politics is not really. I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm kind of like I just see if you say something here, let's try to do it. Although it's kind of hard, but. I don't know. I really couldn't take him serious. I didn't like him as a person in general. And, I mean, my husband is a Trump supporter. Like, that dude, white supremacist of the world. No, just kidding. We joked around and said his grandmother was like the nanny wizard. She was like,
well, that's what they say is you're not racist until you go to the second meeting. Because then you find out what it's really about. Right?
Oh, okay.
no, but...
I said that's what we say? No, that's not what we say. That's what they say.
Oh, that's what you said.
Damn.
Damn, I'm gonna get kicked
I was going to
out.
say, I haven't heard
You're
that.
gonna get banned again.
I meant they.
Yeah. But he's all for Trump and me. I'm like, look, nigga. Like, we gotta... Like, that's what I'm just saying. It's just different. Like, what I view as helping others, that's like my Democratic side. And my whole, us as people and our rights, like, that's how my Republican side is like, we're giving these rights. We can exercise them as much as we want, like, to have guns. Like, nobody should take that away from us.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, Trump was just whatever. I wasn't really affected by it or...
I hate that people define you by, like, you have to pick a side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I can look back on, like, some of the shows that we've done, and I can see, like, my stance, like, changing. Mm-hmm. But you're not allowed to do that, apparently. Like, when you pick a side or you pick a stance, you're not allowed. Like, you're stuck in that in stone.
That's why
and
I
people
don't.
hold that to you, which is stupid because your ideas that you have in a certain time, they don't define you, and you're allowed, like if I'm like, I feel like there shouldn't be a wall, but then later on I'm like, oh, maybe we do need a wall.
Yeah.
They'll be like, no,
already said.
no, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, is that what you want?
Certain type of people that make it to where you make people feel like they can't change their mind, and change the way that they feel about something.
Yeah.
Like, it's not necessarily. It's those hardcore right people.
Yeah, like I
what
saw
it is.
criticism of Joe Biden's that he had the State of the Union, which, by the way, I'm not. I did vote for Biden, but I'm not, like, by any means, like, he's not the greatest president. Okay,
Yeah. None of them are.
No. Like, how is one man gonna be in charge of the fucking country? I feel like this is a popular idea of Joe Rogan that there should be like a table, like 5 people that are in charge. Kind of like the Supreme, kind of like the Supreme Court. You know what I mean?
Like the 10 best.
That
persons
way
to
you don't
run
have
it.
like one man, but he's the guy that takes all the heat and all that shit. But of course, they're looking for shit, and he was like, he was like, we shouldn't defund the police, we should fund the police.
Yeah.
And now they're like, the Republican friends that I have, they're all like, oh, now you want to fund the police? And it's like, isn't this what you want? Like, what the fuck? Like, you should be like, yeah, good Joe
okay, you're
Biden,
doing that now.
yeah. Like, you've progressed. Like, no, they're just not happy. They're talking shit. So politics to me is just, it's dirty as fuck. It's
For sure.
It's fucking retarded. We went down, like, for a while there, we were like getting real political for a while, and me and Austin
Because
had
it
this
was a hot
discussion.
topic.
Yeah,
What
and
was the topic?
Trump.
Trump?
Like, that's when
It was
shit was going
during
down.
the election, so-
we had conservatives on the show, and they just, me and Austin just sat back while they sucked each other's cock, and we were just like, all right, cool.
They don't watch no more. They're out. They're gone.
Yeah,
Really?
true. Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have thick skin these days.
Yeah.
And you gotta be open. Like, how come, I gotta dish what you hand over to me, but you can't take it back? And like, I have a cousin, we went hard on Facebook over some shit that we didn't agree on. And he started talking about shit that didn't even relate to the topic. I'm like, oh, I really hit your nerves. Now you gotta bring in that I'm a hoe. Like, we already know this, but let me go. If you wanna go there, let's go there.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, because he was talking about how he didn't like the whole, everybody was complaining about the wall, the immigrants. I'm like, well, where is your grandma from, sir?
Yeah.
She's from Mexico, sir. And he's in the Marines, and he's all like, one-sided and all. And I'm like, well, can we see her documents, or did she come here illegally? Like, how are you going to fight against something that fucking made you here and brought you here for you to have those rights? And we thank you that you wouldn't fought for our country, but that doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Had it not been for, America allowing her to cross over, you wouldn't be allowed to, defend America through the Marines.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
More than anything with immigration, it's about just doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Not just coming and taking.
That's what he was saying. How come all
Mr.
these...
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, he was like, how can all these Mexican come and take what, what's for our people and this and that and the other? And I'm like, dude, your grandma did it. That's like such
I'd be like, bro,
like,
drive down the road, the nearest like big ass building that they're building. Who the fuck is working out there? You fucking tell me.
Yeah.
I'll wait. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it caused a bunch of...
You literally have the Mexican people working, and then you have like the supervisors or whatever, and they're there they stand there with the walkie talkies and shit,
and their white hat.
Hey, 12 tacos over there. That's what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah, it is.
What else?
Other topics.
We got to talk about Russia invading Ukraine. Which, like, honestly, like, I didn't think it was gonna. Oh, man, damn it! Can you go for me too?
Yeah, I will. I've been
Oh,
over it.
y'all gonna start it now?
You didn't think what was going to happen.
I didn't think Russia was gonna invade Ukraine.
I'm surprised it happened, but now everybody's like cutting Putin off,
Yeah.
dude.
and it's like he don't give a fuck.
No, he doesn't. And I'll come back to that. Because in the morning I listen to when I get to work, I listen to NPR News, and they're kind of like they're left leaning. I dropped Vice News because they were left leaning, but they became too far left. So I like my news delivered to me right in the middle.
Yeah.
Good luck finding that. You know what I mean? So I chose NPR, and some of the stuff they say, I'm just like, okay, guys, whatever, man. But they do deliver the news nonetheless. And, I just didn't think that Russia was going to invade Ukraine. And they did. And I was like, wow. And then I hear like audio, video from people that are there, like families and stuff. And it's just like, it's fucking sad as fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You see it every day. Everybody bites the hand that feeds them. Ukraine carried Russia for so long. And now that they got this fucking, wherever they think they are, to do something back like that is just like, we knew something was bound to break, And I just think that it's fucking badass that the Ukraine president is fighting shit. They said, you need a ride? He's like, no, I need ammo. Like, that's fucking gangster,
Yeah.
if you ask me,
Yeah.
Yeah, all the Ukrainians,
And
man,
then-
the shit that they're doing.
We got Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko, who are two badass heavyweights in boxing, are over there fighting. And
Miss Ukraine is fucking... She
Yeah.
used to be in the service before she went and tried out for Miss Ukraine, and now she's fucking in battle with them. And that's fucking dope as hell.
And then they got Limachenko. He's a boxer as well. He's
Yeah.
over there fighting. Like, dude, they're fighting. And
yeah, even the president, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
like in a t-shirt and
Yeah.
stuff, and he's like,
Yeah, he
this
released
might
a
be the
video.
last time that y'all see me. I'm gonna go out there.
So the U.S., they said, because apparently, I don't know how they know this, but Putin has a hit list, and he's like on the top of the list, like, hey, take him out. And
Well, that would be anybody conquering another place.
yeah,
Take out the head
take
of
the
state,
head. And he was like, the U.S. offered like, hey, we'll go pull you out, man. And he was like, no, I don't need a riot, I need bullets. And I was like, fucking badass, dude.
That is.
So and then they banned anyone 16 to, what is it, 60 years old, you can't leave the country.
Oh yeah, it's like
You have to
mandatory.
stay in
You kind of
front.
like a draft kind
Yeah,
of.
kind
Yeah.
of like
You there to support and
Yeah, I was
They're
talking with
taking some 60-year-olds out there to fight.
hey, man, you still
whoever
got-
can hold a gun.
still got
That's what it
some
is,
left.
man.
Yeah.
But
I'd be like, shit, I'm 61 and a half.
shit, but Ukraine, being so small compared to Russia, it's crazy.
It's crazy because, they're like talking about the fight they've put up, but
JP,
what the fuck did he say now?
he said he got tired of Putin up with their shit. Here comes the puns.
Hey, didn't. There you go.
My bad.
So, it's crazy because I'm like, yeah, they're putting up a good fight, but I feel like it's just a matter of time, right?
No, because I feel like they have the UN behind them.
Yeah, their alliances. So did y'all see on Facebook how to break it down for people that don't know what's going on with you?
Yeah. About the ex-boyfriend
Yeah,
and
so
all
I
that
told
shit.
my husband, he's like, man, that is a good way to put it for a dummy.
I don't think I've heard it. How does
It's
it go?
like Ukraine and Russia were dating, and Russia is like the toxic boyfriend. And so while you're at work, Ukraine's working, Russia's riding around in your car, picking up bitches, chilling, do whatever. And, Ukraine finally is like, I deserve better. I'm going to break up with him. So they break up.
Yeah.
And Russia's now that psycho ex-boyfriend that, oh, you think you're all that? And then Ukraine got the homegirls like the United States. And I guess it was France's, the other two are like your best friends that are hyping you up.
Mm-hmm.
We got your back. We
That's
got
like
your
France
back.
and Great Britain, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like we're those hype girls for Ukraine.
Like, yeah, we got you, girl.
Yeah. And then
You gonna let him talk to you like
and
that?
then Russia's in the parking lot, doing willies and shit, trying to get your attention. Like, bitch, I'm coming for you. And
Throwing
Shit, that's
shit.
crazy.
Throwing shit at your apartment.
yeah.
Fucking
I'ma
slash
keep
your
these bitches
tires.
Yeah. Hey, dude, I have a cousin that her man went, like, he was wilding out on her while she was pregnant. I was like, look, bitch, we can go get his car. He had just got a new, nice-ass Impala fully loaded. I was like, I got you. We went, I keyed that bitch up, and he called, I know it's your cousin Valerie. I fucking know it's her ass.
But why in the car, though?
Why
Yeah,
not?
that's what they do, dog.
Why not?
Did I tell you about
Well, this was when I
Amanda?
was
What
like
Amanda
15.
told me? That one time I was downtown,
She about to fuck your
that
shit.
her and Selena were walking around downtown. They seen my truck,
Uh-oh.
and that she went to go key it, but I think I had just polished it or whatever. So she said she kept going and it was like smooth. So she said, "Fuck that." She got on top of the hood and. So I had a scratch on it. I knew it, but I didn't know where I got it from. But I finally found
Man,
out.
that's some shit.
messed up.
I'd have
Yeah.
fought the shit out of him. When she said that.
He knew it was me, and he looks me dead in my face. I'm like, hello. He's like, hi. I'm like, nigga, you still around? You should have been
That's
kicked out.
insane, bro. I would be pissed off if somebody confessed. I mean, I've had some people confess to egging my vehicles back in the day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wouldn't call them out. That's-
What is that?
Moonshine.
No.
He said moonshine.
Which one's that one?
It's the peach.
Which one is that one?
Peach.
Peach.
American peach.
No, I'm good. I got tournaments to go to tomorrow.
Alright, good.
And I get grumpy
I'm good,
and
I'm
want to
good.
talk shit. Yeah, we were explaining about how Ukraine and Russia for the Facebook, how it explained.
They're explaining how
what
they
was
really
going on.
experienced it.
That's pretty cool. I never heard
A
that one.
toxic
They just fixing
relationship.
to
Yeah.
marry
La to-
his
la-
fucking
la toxico?
vandalizer.
The what?
You're about to marry your vandalizer.
No, there was the cousin. Selena did it.
Oh, she did it.
Yeah, Selena did it, but Amanda was hyping her up. Oh yeah, hey, fuck it up, fuck it up.
Oh, I don't need a hype man.
And they were gonna take that shit to the grave, but we went to Vegas and I got Selena drunk, and then all the shit started coming out. I was like, all right, hey, here's another drink.
Yeah, I don't need no drink. I'm straight
She's
up.
muscle.
I'm raw with it.
Who?
Chismoso.
Who? Me?
Yeah.
I wasn't talking about it. She was spilling out the shit. I was just
you
absorbing.
fed it. You fed
Oh
it.
yeah, I was trying to get more out. Boom, boom, boom.
Before I said I do, what else did you do? Take another drink.
Yeah.
So how do you like comedy night over here? You only did it once, right?
Twice. Yeah, I like it. It's cool. That's what I just didn't get. Like, so I was wondering if those, what is it, 3 of them? The Hispanic guy that talks about the rosary stuffed in his ass, and Simply Courtney, and then the
that
white
Larry?
dude. Yeah,
What?
I think it's Larry Pena or Garcia?
No, I don't know what Larry's last name is. That
No.
sounds like some shit you would say.
No, he's the one that everybody thinks he's Indian, but he's Hispanic.
Oh, that dude's funny as
He
fuck.
is.
Ivan.
I didn't know if they were like a traveling trio or something.
Yeah, Ivan and
Yeah, that's the night that first night that I went.
yeah, that's when I did my comedy, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Did you go up there?
No.
Just you went up there, right? Man, I like that one about my girlfriend. She's pretty good. She don't call the cops.
Oh, that was James. I seen that.
That was fucking hilarious.
I need to go with y'all one time. Go check it out.
Shit, I can't go.
You
I don't go to work the next day.
The what?
I don't go to work the next day.
Hey,
I need to do that shit on some weekends or something.
Hell
They
yeah.
do.
On a Friday night or
hey, how about you need self-control,
Sunday
my
night,
brother?
maybe.
You invite me out, bro. I'm gonna give you everything you paid
He's
for.
for
You
the
know what I'm talking
streets.
about?
And more.
Yeah, but it's free.
Yeah.
No, I mean, like, you invite me to come have a good time with you. I'm gonna have a good time with you. I'm not gonna be a bitch and be like, man, it's 9 o'clock, bro. I really
Is
gotta go.
that is that really being a bitch though?
Fuck yeah, I
That's
got
me.
plenty
I'm
of
a-
time.
I'm a
I can go
According
in.
to who though?
Me?
So
That's me,
are
I'm
you
the
being a
bitch.
bitch right now?
No, I'm on call.
Okay,
Literally at work right now.
I know, but I'm just
Well,
saying,
I don't
man.
understand what that has to do with it, though.
Yeah.
Austin's just saying if he's gonna go out, he's gonna go
I'm gonna
out.
give you everything that you pay for. Like,
He's
you
saying
asked me
he-
to go out
yeah.
with you. I'm gonna give you all.
He's
of
saying if he
Austin.
goes out with you, he wants to go out.
I'm gonna have fun with you. You know what I mean?
He ain't gonna
I'm
go
not
out
gonna
just
go out and be like,
have one
"Oh,
beer
man,
and I gotta
can't-
go."
I'm gonna be halfway there.
Yeah, but I mean, I dealt with like one thing. Honestly, like one thing like I've dealt with because like
feel-
I have a lot of kids, right? And I'm in a relationship and stuff, and I'll be like, you know, a lot of friends will be like, oh man, come out. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna go home. You know what I'm saying? And they'll be like, oh, whatever, you know. Austin doesn't do that to me, like, ever. But I have friends that are, oh,
That's-
come on, man.
You don't.
You're being
you
this.
don't
and,
commit to him though.
and you're being that.
Yeah, like I got shit to do in there, but it's like me. I'm like, oh, I respect that. Like I know you got a family
Yeah,
and shit.
for sure.
Do what you got to do because there's been plenty of times we've gotten fucked up together, you know.
Yeah.
And there's always gonna be more time. So like,
Which I felt like there's some friends where they're like, they don't give a fuck. And they're like, oh, you're being a pussy. Your girlfriend runs you. And I'm like, dude, I'm in a fucking relationship. Like, if I didn't want to be, then I would be like you. Who are you? Or you live with your mom and you probably jack off every fucking night. Like, hey, man, are you going to give me some fucking pussy? You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah. I was
Come
gonna
on,
say
come on.
I was gonna say because he gets drunk and then he starts going on live, trying to get people to show their pussy on
Hey.
live for money.
We had one bad dude. We had one. Was that
yeah, don't say we, you. I had a blast
We,
watching
and
that
that
show.
motherfucker was French real quick.
the
We.
episode? What was the episode?
That was for the lounge.
Hobbies.
No, Javi's. Yeah, it was Javi's.
We were at the local barbershop here in town.
That was like the second time we went.
And we got drunk, and then we went to go hang out with somebody. But before we went to go put gas,
Hey, report that for Jock. She's like talking shit to people.
and
Report that motherfucker.
And
She's like talking shit to Carolyn and shit.
we were we were in the so we went to go put gas, and I was in the car.
Stop to get beer.
He was at the pump.
I spent air in the tire. That's
Yeah. Putting air in the tire.
I was on hoopty tires.
But we were supposed to go out after that, right?
I don't know what the fuck we're supposed to do.
I think we were gonna go to get a drink
Yeah.
at Bistro or something.
And so I go inside and I come out. This motherfucker's in the car.
I'm on live.
Okay, hold on. But I'm
up.
driving and I see it pop up on my phone. I'm like, oh fuck. But I knew where they were going, so I drove over there. I'm like, Austin, this motherfucker's on live.
You know, you got excited. You were like, yes.
You were in the car. He was in the car with me though.
I know, but I called you. No, maybe I called you.
I was
And
like,
the
I was
motherfucker's on live.
I was out of it, belligerent, and I was just like, and yeah.
Put your pussy in.
But this was
No, he
It was
did.
on the podcast.
No, but
It was just because you had just got done telling that whole
story
spill.
about Boosie. It was
Yeah.
Boosie.
Yeah.
Boosie did it,
So
and he was
fresh
just
in my
saying
head.
it.
Yeah, I thought
That's
it
what he was
was. I thought I was Boosie, but I don't have a 12-inch cock.
He was like leaning over my center console. Hey, this motherfucker put air.
Yeah, and then I think he sees it on his phone, right? Like at the pump, and then he's all like, runs over and he's like, dude, get off. And he like
Just
just.
trying to save him. Like, don't say no more, bro.
Hey, Box has that shit screen saved. He
I
said
know
he'll
he
send it to
does.
you.
I know he does.
That's hilarious.
That's fine.
Damn.
Tell
But
him to
yeah,
save it till we're famous.
yeah, save it for
That's
the shit
funny
that comes
because
up
one
later.
time I was on Snapchat and I was
Talking shit.
no. So
What's your snap?
I was eating some ice cream and then I was gonna send the video that I was recording to my friend, but I posted it on my story. And I'm like, yeah, this dude, and I'm just licking the shit out of the ice cream. And I was like, and then she's just like, bitch, you put it on your story. I said, so I look, I'm like, no. I had to learn how to delete it.
That's some stuff you got to put on like TikTok or something where you get all them views. Everybody's like, oh shit.
Hey, I got 1,000 and something views on TikTok. And my son's like, come on, mom, let's go 2,000. They'll pay you. I'm like, I need more content. But it's so funny. My children's baby daddy went viral on TikTok. I was like, how'd that motherfucker go viral before me? And then I look at the video. Everybody's like, go look at the video. And I look, and it's like, there's a bitter baby mama just going in like, when your ex-husband's ex-wife gets with his best friend chick. And I'm like, oh, shit. And everybody's just dogging him, dogging the girl. And I'm like, damn. I was like, should I put something? Should I be petty? Because everybody's like, they were best friends. I have a daughter. Her name is Heaven Anaya. Her dad's best friend was really close with me during this pregnancy, right? And he was like, oh, I love your daughter's middle name. Can I use it? I'm like, go for it. So the chick has twins, Anaya and something else. I don't know what the hell the other name is. I'm like, this nigga really went for it. Like, my daughter's birthday's on the 8th. His is on the 7th. He called me like,
damn, that quick?
Huh?
Like right after you had your kid, right?
Yeah. So it was just, but like, so my daughter is 15 and the girls' daughters are like maybe 10.
Oh, okay. So was it like days away? It was
it was like coincidence.
Yeah, like it's not a coincidence. But if I go on that TikTok, like, yeah, she a hoe and her daughters and I are like my daughter, then everybody's really gonna know, like, oh, y'all story is fake. She went on YouTube. Let me just make it clear that, you know, like, no, bitch, I got the fucking receipts if you want to go there.
She did go on YouTube?
Huh?
She did go on YouTube?
She did go on YouTube. I don't know what her name is, but her video's up there talking
out
about
here hoeing.
Yeah. And he's in prison now, but I'm like, y'all don't want me to show y'all the receipts. Like,
What's he in prison for?
Huh?
What's he in prison for?
It's not my baby daddy. It's his best friend. I guess he...
For real? She's like, bitch, what?
I guess he kidnapped a girl, put her in the trunk, and then beat up the girl that's with my children's father, and he's in prison. Just for domestic violence.
Dude, I better not get nobody at my house knocking. Hey, Carida's over there, podcast.
No,
I'd be like, fuck that hoe.
No, when I broke up with my baby daddy, I got with this other loser, right? Because I was kissing frogs and dogs. But anyways, so they would start fighting because where I lived, my baby's dad used to work for my stepdad, so his little delivery truck was back there, so we would see each other. And then my new guy was Lacine. Well, I had this old ass black lady downstairs. She's like, girl, I don't know what the fuck you got between your legs, but I'm tired of every fucking Monday through Friday these niggas trying to fight each other. I was like, girl, I can't help it.
Yeah, you get back in your house, you old dirty ass bitch. That's crazy. Are you gonna be doing any more stand-up comedy?
I am. I think I am. I didn't do it this Monday because I had some doctor's appointments, and then my daughter had batting practice, so I'm a mom first. And everybody's like, why didn't you go? I'm like, I got priorities. My kids and their future come before comedy. Like, for sure. When I'm old, I can do this if I really wanted to, but I don't see making money as this. It's just something to do, a hobby.
That's cool.
That's what they always say, and then they fucking make it.
You
know what I mean? Yeah, you hear that all the time. Like, oh, I was just doing it for fun. And the next thing you know, this motherfucker in a mansion. Got a clean ass car.
Hey, you come and sit down and talk, and I'm on Monday. What is it? Thursday through Tuesday, I'm over there. We gotta do this. The fucking flag's crooked. Fucking table doesn't look right. And you're like, hey man, I'm just here to fucking talk.
Just relax, dude.
Yeah, so when we make it, I was gonna say, man, I just came, I used to talk, and fuck it, here we go.
You got a lot of people liking your stuff. What, 1,000? Almost 1,000?
We're
Almost.
on the road to 1,000. Yeah, we got like 30 more.
1,000 was gonna steal it.
But I mean, you know, we started off and so it started off, I was like, I was a major fan of podcasts, and I was like, you know what? I feel like I want to do this.
Shit, we're getting real close.
And then
27 away.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody go follow them.
So if you're watching,
Like,
give us a follow.
Please.
And so I put on Facebook, I was like, I'm going to start a podcast. This guy answered the call, and I was like, badass, because we were very good friends. And I was like, yeah, we can do this shit. And then
we were.
Oh shit!
I know what he meant.
Y'all working on y'all's relationship? It's an open relationship.
It's up and down.
It is up and down.
It's a roller coaster ass game.
we were working on it, and then
I'm trying to settle it. I just throw the memes out.
Y'all are a throuple.
We were working on it, and then he's having a kid, so I don't know where we stand now.
Still love you though.
But yeah, and then we recruited a guy who had a podcast here in town, Emilio. He's a good friend of mine, and you know, he kind of showed us the ropes and all that stuff. And you know, we've been doing this kind of curating, finding out what works, what doesn't, you know, all this stuff, you know. And it's cool, man. I enjoy doing it, you know. Like, a lot of people go on Facebook to vent. Well, I come on my show to vent. You know, I get an hour a week, you know.
My favorite thing about that is that nobody can say nothing to us.
Yeah.
We can say whatever the fuck we want to say. I mean, you could comment all you want, but it don't fucking matter because it's the final, like the final say is us. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Like I'll text James, I'll be like, just wait, bro. I got some venting.
And then it's live, you know, so everybody just listens.
Yeah. But it's been good, just giving people a voice, you know, just to talk about shit. Nice. A lot of time what goes on, especially in the discussion group, is like you don't, and in the world in general, you don't think how I think. Well, fuck you, and you need to be silenced, which is fucking retarded. You know what I mean?
Get them banned on Facebook.
Yeah. So where we at? Austin?
144.
144. Oh yeah, we're well over our hour. It goes by fast, right? Doesn't it? This is your second podcast?
Yeah, with Steven, I was like, this is so freaking cool. I was so nervous. I was like, oh, I don't know what the fuck to say. He sent me the topics like a couple hours before. I'm like, dude, are you serious?
Fucking dude.
Damn, Steven's on top of it, man. Hey,
that's what I was asking. Like, are we gonna go?
Fucking James would be slacking. Nah, James is on too many damn podcasts.
But it's cool. I don't like to hear my own voice, so I've never looked at my little comedy things. People are like, you were so good, and I'm like, oh, I want to hear. But then as soon as I hear my voice, I'm like, ugh, I like cut it off.
Yeah. And
then when I heard like Steven on the podcast, I'm like, damn, his voice sounds good on it. Y'all, I'm like, ugh, I'm gonna come all ratchet and squeaky, and like nobody's gonna hear that shit.
You're like, hi, I'm Patty.
There's a dude that I watch. He does like a Karen impression, and that's exactly what it sounds like.
Really?
Oh my god, what are you doing? Sound like some like old ass white lady. Oh, white hoe. That's it.
Oh, white hoe.
I'm correcting myself. Oh, white hoe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I never liked my voice, and I don't like listening to it. But like James was saying, I think he was saying it last time about like hearing yourself and then just listening to it. It's not out of the norm because you're not used to hearing your voice. But now that we listen to our voice so much, it's like, huh.
Well, I feel like
stupid. Then
I feel like your voice that you hear when you talk is different because like you're hearing it from like the inside of your head,
for sure.
And so other people are hearing it from the outside. Like, and I compared it to whenever like I left a voicemail on like my grandma's voicemail machine, and I went and played it one time, and I was like, "That's how I sound." Like, who the fuck is that?
But see, listen to where I'm coming from. When a guy says, "Oh, you sound sexy," and I'm like, where did that sound sexy? Like, what do you mean? And it's like when people say you have pretty eyes, I'm like, this motherfucker's a little lazy and it does a little jiggle every once in a while. Like, what do you mean?
I was wondering. No, I'm just kidding.
Now that you brought it up, we can talk about it.
Hey, now she's gonna be asking her husband, babe, am I really fucking moving?
No, but so like I already know that, you know. So when people say, "Oh, you sound so sexy," I'm like, nah, that don't sound.
Is that
sexy.
for real? You have a lazy eye?
Well, I don't know if it's lazy, but it like twitches and does shit by itself.
I didn't notice that at all.
So
like I could, like this one guy was like, your eyes are mysterious. I'm like,
shit.
He's like, because I never know what that was fit to do.
What is it gonna do now?
He's like, that makes me looking at you 1 second and that will pop off like a gecko. Or what is it? The ones with the eyes that move.
Dudes say the most ridiculous shit like as pickup lines. Do you have one memorable one like that you've been told like?
No, so you know what's so funny? The loser that I was with, he was used to dating like skinny like bones. He said, "Damn, big girls are comfortable." I was like, "Oh yeah."
My neighbor, Mr. Branch, used to say that. He said, "I never use blankets." I said, "Why?" He said, "I just get up on them big old women." I was like, "Damn, bro." He said, "No, the bigger, like the size of your car." I was like, "Damn, you're a skinny ass old man." He's like, "I never use my heater."
Before we go, I noticed you brought a Diet Coke in.
Yes, because
that means you're trying.
No, I'm trying to what?
Like, I don't know. Like, I mean.
Oh, diet?
Yeah.
No, hell no. I love food. Can't no diet, nothing.
You got me. I like froze up. You're like.
I'm diabetic. That's why I have the diet.
You are diabetic?
Yeah, I am.
Is that like hereditary or?
They say it is. Like if your daddy gets it, you're most likely to get it. If you gain weight, you can get it gestational diabetes. But I was, I guess it didn't really go really crazy till after I had my kids. So like in my 20s, and I just have to steer away from some things.
You have to like watch your
Yeah, and I
sugar
have a
intake
bunch.
or what is
Yeah,
it?
dude. Yeah, so that's why I really didn't drink because I have to give myself a shot.
Oh, you do?
So it's like diabetics they get dehydrated really fast. So if I'm taking in this, I'm not having enough fluid in my body. So then I start getting high sugars where I feel like I'm drunk, like the Twinkie defense. That's what they call it, the Twinkie defense.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, so like I'm like, oh, I gotta. It's so funny. I have a homegirl and her husband. They're like, do you drink? I'm like, oh yeah, I drink. And my husband's like, she drinks. And they're like, Mexican, and they're like, well, come drink. And my friend Mel was like, bitch, I'm sorry if Gib acts a certain way, whatever. Dude, I drank these 2 grown-ass men under the table. They were drinking. I was just taking straight shots. And I don't take my insulin on purpose just so I can feel that shit. Because I'm for the streets. Like, I'm good. I'm always good. So when I want to be a ratchet, I'm going to be fucking ratchet.
What?
JP said Coke is better for you. I just don't know which one he's talking about.
Oh, you know.
Oh, you know? Okay.
But yeah,
You know that.
So it's funny. I joke around with them. Like, when people are eating a cake, they're like, well, you want a cake? I'm like, let me take a shot real quick. So I tell my kids, like, I'm a pill popping animal because I have all these medicines to take. But yeah, no, I'm not trying for no diet. I got a man when I was fat.
How long you been dealing with that? Like diabetes?
So technically I was borderline at 14, so I'm now 35. So what, 20 something?
Oh, so you're just like used to it. It's
Yeah.
like part of your life now.
Yeah, it's a lifestyle. You can't go crazy. I do like healthy keto foods for people. Like my sister was having a baby, and I adjusted her diet plan, and she had my niece, that we were waiting for like 11 years, and so.
Finally spat her out.
Yeah, I'm like, which hole were
Shit
y'all
smells straight
using?
up like brisket.
I don't think they did the right hole.
That shit smells like brisket.
Brisket.
I ate brisket today.
Your burps.
Yeah, I'm saying I ate brisket.
At least it doesn't
Tell them how
smell
it
like
sounds like
roast beef. Roast
smells like
beef. It could have been roast beef. We
Melanie
don't know.
Ruiz says to do the eyes.
Oh, hell,
I don't know what the eyes is.
No, Melanie.
What is that?
So, like, I can make one eye go in and one eye look at you. That's what I was saying about the whole your eyes are mysterious. Like, don't play that bullshit with me. Like, but no.
It's like
She's like, I'm not gonna do it.
tricks and shit.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of nervous today. I mean, I kind of get nervous like with all our guests, just because. I mean, especially because I didn't personally know you.
I know that's
But
what
now,
that was crazy.
after it's done, like, I mean, we've almost done 2 hours. So now when I see you at the lounge, I'll be like, hey, what's up? hopefully,
your shot?
hopefully you're not like this fucking loser right here. You know?
No, never.
Yeah.
Yeah, because James in the back. Hey, I got a podcast.
No, dude. We went to Pluckers yesterday, right? We took, we took the kids out,
Yeah.
But there was this the waitress, and she was like, my kids got hot wings, 2 of them.
Yeah.
And she was like, have you ever tried the hot wings? And I'm like, yeah. I was like, yeah, they've tried them, whatever. And she was like, have you ever tried the fire in the hole? And so whenever she brought the checkout, she brought a little cup of fire in the hole with some celery in it. She's like, I want y'all to try these. And I was like, yeah, I've actually tried that. And I was like, have you ever had the bomb? And I was just chatting with her for a while. And she was like, what made you, like, where did you find that? And what made you buy it? And it took all in me to not tell this
Yeah,
girl,
you
like,
had a
hey,
podcast.
I have a podcast. But dude, I just told her, I said, well, like, I have friends and we just like to do stuff, And I didn't tell her, dude, like.
Aw. You should be proud
Just
of
do it. What does it
I-
matter?
I-
Advertise it.
She could've been a guest,
I
bro.
am, but I
She
don't
could've
like
been
to.
girl
I
number
don't like to
5 or
be
4
that
or
guy.
Well, like that dude that ride around Lockhart with his fucking Instagram or his YouTube channel or some shit. Be like that dude.
Who?
Do what?
I don't want to be like Austin.
That's you. There's a dude that's like, follow me at Twitter, follow me, and it has all his names on his car. And my daughter,
Young guys do that shit.
Who's
My-
that cricket?
my daughter's like, do that, mom. I'm like, hell no, I ain't doing that shit.
Hey, so
advertising?
last week we started talking about that dude who rides around with that his head wrapped and stuff like that. Dude, what is he on?
What dude?
He's on schizophrenic, man. That's what he's on.
He's
Looks
like
like it.
shirtless. He has like his shirt wrapped around his head. He rides a
He's
bike.
got headphones on and he cruises.
Yeah, and
I've
he's
seen
just
him
like
on this side of town, then I've seen him at Walmart.
he's like
Jamming
just jamming, and then sometimes he doesn't even have headphones on, and he's like,
Hey, there was a dude in the east side that didn't have a tongue, so he would like, no, riding the bike, and we'd be like, we gotta get home, so we'd run. Like,
Hey,
yeah.
you know what that reminds me of? Remember the movie People Under the Stairs?
Yeah.
Remember that dude? He had his tongue cut out. Man, that movie used to freak me out.
People
But I would always want to watch
That's
it.
an old
Though.
movie, bro.
That's a good movie.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's exactly how I felt though when Austin approached me, like, you want to go on the podcast? I'm like, oh, okay. I was so nervous.
I thought you were gonna say that's how Austin sounded.
No. No, not at all. I was just like, oh.
Austin was on one that day.
Yeah,
Was
Roach.
I?
Roach was his name. Yeah,
Roach.
from the movie.
Oh, I've never seen
He
it.
was the one inside the walls.
Yeah.
I like that movie.
All right, guys. Well, we're coming towards the end of this. We've
I'm fucking tired. I'm gonna go ahead and say it.
there you go. There you go.
It ain't a
I've been
podcast.
fucking-
It's not a
I'm
show
fucking
unless.
tired since 7:59.
Since your bedtime,
Well, let's get a round of applause because your phone hasn't gone off. Yeah.
it went off 3 times before.
There you go.
Three
Yeah,
times
right.
before we even
Literally
started.
right before we started recording. You know, so
Yeah.
thanks
Ready
for
for the
that you were able to.
As soon
sit
as
in
we
for
as
all
soon as
the-
we end this, it's gonna
Oh,
start
shit, it's
ringing.
dead. That's why. No.
Damn.
Damn
Like,
it.
I guess we could do another one.
You motherfucker.
Yeah, that dude called you 3 times back already.
He didn't call my
He's trying to punk you.
Hey, if he calls my personal phone, I got a special ringtone for him.
What does it say?
Island Boy song.
I'm just an island boy.
Island Boy.
You know what's so funny? Because we
Yes.
have family in Guam. Me and my sister joke around, like, when we're making food, we're like, island girl. Just going out serving each other.
I was singing that shit walking out to go meet up with my boss, and he's like, "Why are you singing that?" You know, he's from Trinidad, and he's like, "You making fun of me?" I was like, "Dude, I gotta fucking explain this shit now." I was like, "Here, let me pull up the video." That sounds stupid. He listens,
you know what's so
he
crazy?
listens to like old ass country.
Really?
Fucking blows my mind.
What's crazy is those dudes, they cut like so much shit on TikTok, like talking shit, and they're just so positive about the whole situation. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's like, I mean, like to me, like it almost relates to like the Trump shit.
yeah.
Sorry to be political about it, but it's like all these people talk about Trump, and I still see people talk about Trump, even with like the war with Ukraine and all that. And it's like, and they're Trump like haters, and it's like, dude, like just stop talking about him. Like you're putting him in this position, in this spotlight, because you won't stop talking about him. Just
yeah.
stop. You know, it's like Joe Rogan. You know, he said this, he said that. If you don't like it, just don't listen.
Yeah.
You know, Austin said this, James said that. Don't listen.
No, I'm gonna.
Are you talking about Josh Russell?
Please listen. Please listen. It's the opposite. Please.
We need the views.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
Kirida Girl, it's been nice having you here.
Thank y'all.
Thank you for coming. I hope you do another set
Yeah.
at Comedy
I'm
Live.
trying to figure
You
out
should
who
make
the
fun of
girl.
these podcasts that you went on.
I'm trying to figure out who the girl that went up to me after the show was.
There was a girl that went
She
on.
was
What does she look like?
Thin, long hair. I don't know if it was your wife.
It's probably my girlfriend.
It was it. But
Yeah.
then, so I was walking across the parking lot at Lockhart Dairy Queen.
She thought you were very funny.
Oh, thank you. So this girl was like, "Hey, Miss Anderson," which I've never been called. I'm like, "Okay, yes." She's like, "Hello." I was like, "Hi." She's like, "I heard your podcast. It was so great." I'm like, "Oh, thank you, girl." And then I went inside, and so I tell my kids now, I'm Austin Lockhart famous.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah,
Dark
thank you
Side
for
of the
coming.
Mic.
Appreciate
I
it.
appreciate it.
Trying
Appreciate
to
it being
show
on
you.
time too.
Hey, Hugo said, "Oh, that was me, querida." Pinche Hugo.
Hey.
That's my dog.
That's my girlfriend right here.
Yes, she was the one. Yes. that's
Damn it. What were you doing at Dairy Queen?
No, but I don't think that's who was in the van.
Oh,
She
okay.
has a van?
No.
Okay,
Oh,
the
and
girl
she has a Traverse.
It's like a big old SUV.
License plate number. I love
No,
Trump.
it was like a light bluish. It was a van, I believe.
No, but she, I think she did go up to you after your set, but she told me she was funny because like I saw you were going and you were like the first female comic on
That's what
comedy
she
night,
said, yeah.
and I was like, I'm not gonna lie,
Hater.
no, for real, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, a girl, come on. But like you went up there and delivered,
But
you know.
it was so funny. All these guys were like, or like trying to do it, and my husband's like, "What the fuck is going on here?" I was like, "What?" oh, that's crazy. I thought it was cool. And then they went through the Dairy Queen drive-thru and they made the sound. And he's like, shut the fuck up.
He was all
I said,
annoying.
all these hoes got my husband confused. Like, is that my wife? Or who is that making that noise?
Oh shit.
How may I help you?
Yeah.
Oh damn! Like
Yeah.
that's funny as hell.
You get a blizzard, and then flip it over.
Well, I hope everything ends up well for you
Thank
in the
you.
future. I hope to see you again at Comedy Night. And thank you for coming on the podcast.
You're welcome. Thank y'all for having
Maybe we
me.
can
Yes.
get a drunk podcast next. For sure.
Yes.
We need to do a
games.
good one.
Okay.
I'm not saying this wasn't good, but I'm saying like,
Hey, one day we can do a good one.
this one was good.
Yeah.
But one where we can get drunk and get a little more loose.
Oh, we can get drunk. That means you're participating.
Yeah, I'll participate.
Okay.
But it's gotta be on a good
shot
day.
before I come.
Amanda approved.
We're gonna have to just do a whole drunk episode at the lounge, and we'll
I'm
just.
just
host
gonna
it.
have to butter her biscuits.
Whether
Oh, is that what you call it?
I kind of want to see if they want to do like a wilding out kind of thing over there.
Dude,
like,
roast.
That would
like
be cool.
improv and shit like that. Like
That'd be
have
cool.
little sets and have things going on and see if we could do that for a comedy night.
roast.
Yeah,
Love to
roast.
roast a couple of my friends.
Maybe some people aren't comfortable with that.
Why not?
Well, I was gonna say maybe not roast, but like you know that
I've been the subject of roast since I was 15 years old. It's old already.
That means you should be used to it.
Nah, it's old already.
Dude, I don't know, man.
Fuck them.
This is my
That's
shit,
what I always
dude.
say.
Like I like you know, I got people at work, man, and they just like Monday, one of my fun days, man. I work all day till 8 o'clock, and we just talk shit to each other, dude. Like it's just,
Only Monday's your fun day? Because you work with different people every day, or no, the same people?
yeah, different people every day. Yeah,
I was gonna
Monday
say.
and Thursdays is the same people, but
It's every day is where I'm like, it's
I just
not a
like-
good day because I don't work with the same people.
I
You know what I mean?
I like
Yeah.
talking shit to people, but then like I like people talking shit to me, like I you know, like what are you gonna come up with today?
Yeah.
And like I just love hearing it, you know,
Same.
like
yeah.
like,
When I used to work
degrade me.
construction, when I used to work construction, just a bunch of older guys coming up with some shit they've been saying for 20 years. You know,
Yeah.
they say some shit, you're like, damn, I ain't never heard that shit before.
Yeah, I was talking shit to this dude at work, and he was like I always talk shit to him, and he's like, dude, I bet you were a fucking handful when you were little. He's like, I bet you got your ass kicked a lot, and I was like, not really, dude.
My friend says, your mom should have beat your ass. You talk so much shit. And it's so funny. My mom was like, you were an asshole since you were little. Like my aunt had a partner and she was a big girl. My mom said, yeah, you were just like, 6 years old? And you were like, come here, chunks. Telling a grown ass woman, calling her chunks. I was like, okay.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you again for coming on. Let's wind this hoe down, because everybody is hoes.
These old hoes, new hoes.
Anything you want to say to the people before we leave?
Just follow DarkSideofthemic. Hopefully this isn't my only appearance. I'll be back and
sure.
go out to comedy night. They have to ask sometimes
Yeah,
at the lounge here in Lockhart, Texas.
yeah. Buy us a shot.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Episode 166 in the books. My name is James,
It's awesome.
Producer Drew.
Nice. And Kirida Girl.
and we'll see you guys back here again